This week's Nihon Nights, a modern-day Vampire the Masquerade Chronicles set in the prefecture of Chiba, Japan. Coterie are already awakened for the night, and we are carrying on from last week. Joining us is Daisy Moonchild, played by Miss Hartz. Say hello.
That's right, we're not Roz checking. Hello.
Marcelina of Clan Hakata, played by Larissa Rave. Please say hello.
Hello.
Solomon of Clan Zamitzi, played by Nitro Taipat. Please tell us your safe word.
Pineapples.
You're getting an XP point for that. Sato Rin, played by Softinomicon, the Eldritch Horror. Please say hello.
Hello! Also, why do we have the same safe word?
Slip, Clan Nosferatu, played by Vamp Daddy. Tell us, who is your daddy and what does he do?
I get that reference.
Yeah, I got it too.
That's why you hate it.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome. The Coterie arrived by the quiet warehouse tucked away from built-up civilization and kept strangely clean. Only a few security lights are blasting light over the black tarmac road. A few large trucks are parked up in docks and other smaller transit vans appear to be parked up across the grounds. Their roofs just about seen over the tall painted concrete walls that surround the entire building, aside from the main entrance gate secured by 2 guards on a vigilant watch over any potential intruders that may make their way inside. Is there anything you'd like to talk about before you proceed to rob the place blind?
For a moment, I think I just want to, I guess, keep an eye out on the warehouses themselves. If I can see them from this distance. Do I see any movement? I imagine there's like little
Wits and awareness
street
for me,
lamps.
please.
All right.
Aside from the guards on the gate itself,
Okay.
no.
And there's how many guards? I'm sorry.
There are 2 guards on the gate itself. You are too
2 guards.
consumed by hunger to really be able to focus to see if there is anyone or anything else around the complex.
All right then. Right. So we are here for some information gathering. Maybe we can ask some questions to these 2 up here. Or at least knock them out long enough to go through their guardhouse and get some shit from in there.
I was going to say, is announcing our presence really the brightest idea?
I'd rather not.
Are there any crows around?
There's always a crow around for you.
I will point to the closest crow and go, I'd rather ask him.
At this point, I never question anything that Daisy does. I just nod.
If you would like, I could try to gain entry without alerting anyone.
Oh, that's right. That is something
Yeah,
that you can do. Right. Okay. I think that's an excellent idea.
Slip will exit the car.
I will also get out of the car, but first I'm going to ask the closest crow about the goings and comings from the building.
Crow will look up at you, and in between pecking at the ground, searching for food, and telling you about various things that it has scavenged, it ends up telling you usually at night is when it is most active. Unmarked transit vans make their way to and fro. During the day, it is fairly regular. Just traffic, large lorries, all commercial. But at night it seems to change. Very intelligent and articulate crow.
I will find some potato chips that I have in my bag and give them to the crow and thank him. You know, the little bags, potato chips.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I could think of a funny line, but I can't.
No.
The crow will
Right.
give you a strange little bow as best it can, and then fly off.
Well, it seems unlikely that I'll see anything, but I think I'll bring up my Oblivion sight anyway. Try to see if I see any weird goings-ons here at the warehouse. I believe that's something I don't need to like browse for or anything like that.
No, you don't. There is nothing that can be picked up by Oblivion's sight.
Okay.
Slip, you also exited the vehicle. What are you doing right now?
He pulls on his face mask. He pulls on a pair of latex gloves, and then unseen passage.
I think you'd be able to find somewhere unseen enough to do that. Do a rouse check for me, please.
I was going to try and find somewhere to duck in and do the same.
A rouse check for me, please. Okay,
I mean, I imagine they can use the car as cover
Yeah,
to do that.
hide behind the car. He hides behind one side, I hide behind the other.
Hey.
Can't do it when you're looking. Face each other.
Literally, can't do it while we're like.
Yeah, back to back.
What would you like to do, Slip?
Slip is going to pass through the gate, and then the very first thing he's going to do is walk the entire perimeter.
Before you pass through the gate.
Yep.
Dex and stealth for me, please.
Or... three.
You approach the gate, and as soon as you do, you notice various electronic equipment set up to try and catch your presence. I'm not sure if it's a thermal-based thing, a laser beam that could be broken, but it is something that you do notice, and you're able to duck underneath the gate and beyond the reach of the sensor, making your way inside of the complex's grounds.
If I can, assume at this point, anytime I use Unseen Passage, I also use Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah, I believe that's just a free add-on with it anyway.
Yeah. And I've been mentioning it every other time.
Yeah. Once that is done, he's going to try to walk the perimeter of the warehouse itself and count heads, vehicles that lights on. Just take stock of the situation.
I'll let you do that for free. There are no extra security guards on patrol that you can find. However, you do find what could only be described as a guardhouse. Lights are on. About 5 security guards are inside, on alert, maybe waiting for their shift to start so they can come in and relieve the guys on duty. There are no vehicles currently with occupants inside. You do find a way in, small door straight in front, but there is no other obvious way in unless everyone could scale a vertical surface.
And that's into the warehouse, not the guardhouse.
Correct. Oh, and do wits and awareness for me, Slip. I assume Daisy would be doing something similar, checking the perimeter?
Yeah, Probably wandering around, but probably not as good as Slip is.
Slip, have a +1 modifier. Wits and awareness.
I will do that.
That's good enough
3.
for me. You'll be able to find as you're walking along. There are security cameras placed in strategic places to be able to catch anyone trespassing, including watching skillfully over the door.
Okay. Is Slip able to determine where the is the guardhouse going to be where the closed circuit TVs go to?
Intelligence and technology for me, please.
Sure.
You assess each camera in turn, and you realize the cameras do not lead into the guardhouse, but there must be a feed inside of the security of the warehouse itself. They're fairly basic cameras as well. You realize that these are ones that record each night to a digital device like a hard drive, and then are erased for the next night after.
Okay. How high off the ground is the one that's got an eye on the door?
It's 15 foot. It's the lowest of the cameras.
Right. Is there anything nearby that could be mantled onto to get near it without creating a ruckus?
There is an iron railing that runs up alongside the concrete stairway that you could potentially use if you're able to jump high enough. You might need a Han Valen song as motivation to make it.
Are there any trash cans around?
There are no trash cans. There are the large industrial size waste bins, I suppose they would be called.
I would like to call down a crow.
No problem. I believe that's
Yeah, I think that's
free.
Yeah, simple communication requires no dice pool test. I would like to ask the crow to retrieve a bag from the garbage can and put it over the camera.
Manipulation. And I think it's
Persuading an animal to perform a service requires manipulation and animalism.
Manipulation and animalism, then, please. What's your blood potency?
I think just one.
Doesn't matter anyway. That's fine. And the crow will hopefully and fly off and assess the outside of the trash compactor and eventually find a bag that is loose or empty enough to be able to pick up with its feet. And quite dexterously, especially for a bird, placed a black bag over the camera, obscuring its view for you, without attracting the attention of the guards.
Good crow.
Glad we got to use that. I've been raving about it all week.
There's a wide-eyed wonder kind of in Slip's eyes as he watches this take place. because it's way better than what he was about to do. And now the entryway, the door is, I assume, shut. Or is it like an opening?
The entranceway to the warehouse itself.
Yeah.
Do wits and awareness. You could do wits and awareness or intelligence and tech, whichever you prefer.
Oh.
Would you like a reroll?
Please.
That's a crit. You assess the door, and you see no lock upon it, just a simple handle. It is an magnetically sealed door with an electronic scanner for passcodes and cards upon it. You look on it and you realize that you can trick these doors in various ways. I think for the crit as well, you'll look upon the door and, casting your Nosferatu experienced eyes on it, you'd see no way of it being alarmed. This door is quite relaxed.
Would I have on my person what I would need to spoof this door?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to try that.
Although, Daisy, do you have an idea too?
I was going to see if any of the guards had any ID security cards on them. A lanyard, retractable thing.
Wits and awareness for me, please, Daisy. Because these are lovely. Daisy. You look at the guards, and you see that they have their own keyring and a lanyard. However, you realize that this lanyard that they have is not anything more than an identification card. It couldn't be used to open an electronic door. Slip, you wanted to try and do something to the door, correct?
Yeah, I'd like to trick it.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes.
Very well. How would you like to trick it?
Well, you told me that I have on my person what I would need to electronically jimmy the lock.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to use those implements to trick the magnet.
Dexterity and technology, please.
I would like to look over his shoulder. I guess I can't see him.
No, you can.
Okay.
The moment he starts doing this, obfuscate is broken.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then I would like to look over his shoulder and just start whispering, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Can you do that instead?" In an attempt to help.
+1. Do you have a dot in technology?
I do not. No.
You cannot assist then, I'm afraid.
Okay.
That's fine. Slip uses his dexterous skill to be able to break the magnetic seal of the door. He hears a click, as do the guards, just a few feet away. They turn and see the visage of Slip working on the door, and one of them hurries over. "What are you doing? You can't be here." "Out!" Breaking in at this time of night. You're old enough to know better than this.
Flip scuttles away in shame.
Yep. And the security officer will open the door, close it again, and you'll hear the lock re-engage.
Like hobo Bigfoot, I will meander out into the wilderness.
So where's the security guard now? Back inside?
One of them's on the gate. One of them's just closing the door and then escorts slip off the premises.
And did he come from inside?
The gate would be here. The door is like there, so it's literally walk in through the gate, walk into the warehouse.
Did the guard that's escorting Slip out come from inside the warehouse or just inside the gate?
No, he came from the main gate. It was one of the two on the main gate.
So I can see Slip being escorted out onto like the main road.
I'm staying behind the gate.
Okay.
As Daisy is still unseen.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll just wait till he comes back then.
I mean, the second Slip is like past the tree line, unseen passage. I'm back in, boys.
Fair.
Do a rouse check for me, please, Slip.
These homeless people, they're everywhere. What can I say?
You're getting hungry tonight.
We're all a little famished. Nothing to worry about.
Are there any windows in the warehouse?
They're all raised up, sort of similar height to the cameras themselves, literally for security reasons. So they'd be about 30 foot up in the air.
Is there anywhere within the compound, like beyond the gate, that I could hide? Behind a bush or in a corner behind a building or something like that?
Behind a vehicle, behind one of the other large bins. That wouldn't be an issue.
I would like to hide somewhere as safe, as secure as I can find, and you subsume the spirit. And of course, I'm going for a crow.
Manipulation and animalism, please. Lovely. You will the vitae around your body, and your eyes almost roll into the back of your skull. And the next thing you see is the crow's point of view. Things are almost black and white. You recognize the body, but not as your own. What would you like to do?
I would like to look in those windows.
The crow flies up to the windowsill, and you look straight in, and you just see rows, neatly stacked rows of boxes, all sealed up. But it is, however, empty of any people inside. And there are no security cameras inside. You see a raised office off the shop floor itself, with the haze of a computer monitor lighting it up.
I would like to, and you'll let me know if I can do this, as the crow, go to the front door, and just assuming that Slip would be around there somewhere, start sketching out the layout of the inside using my beak in the dirt.
Okay, that's
Hopefully Slip will notice all of a sudden there's this square drawing in the dirt.
You'll have ways of being able to catch Slip's attention. Just, crow hovers in his face or something like that. Or even better.
I don't have that button, do I?
Yeah, it's under collections.
I do? Where's that?
Same
I don't know how to
place
get to
as
that
the drugs.
No, it's not. The drugs are there, but there's no crow there.
Well, as Slip tells us how he responds, I will make sure that you can see the thing. Yeah, you can see it.
There's a double take. and he kind of gets down real low and watches what's happening. And it's pretty clear that that's like the interior of the building being laid out, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
Glance over at where the guards are. I'm gonna... Slip didn't see her do it and doesn't know she did it and doesn't know how the lanyards work, so he's gonna start kind of slinking around and checking the guards out, including the guardhouse, looking for electronic key to get into the building.
Reaction be a success. And from where you are, you can't really see much of anything, let alone the fact of any kind of lanyard.
Using the blueprints that the bird has generously provided, does it seem like there is like another egress into the building, or is this like...
The only ways in and out of the building are the door you've already found, or the extremely large but currently locked docking bays that are used for loading and unloading transport vehicles.
Is there roof access of any kind?
If there was, you wouldn't be able to get to it.
So you think we should give them 10 more minutes, and if they don't come back, go in?
That sounds
I
about
don't
right.
see. Yeah.
All right then. I imagine I can't see like any kind of crows or anything moving about to know if it's Daisy or not. So, and I imagine Slip is invisible again. So,
Yeah, I really doubt you'd notice.
yeah, I don't think I'd be able to see,
Crow.
especially from where we're at. But yeah, I'll give them their 10 minutes before I head in.
10 seconds later, Slip is sliding into the car.
Right. So, were we successful?
Still in crow form, I will follow him and just sit on the fence on top of the gate.
Amazing.
Hover close by so I can hear.
Well, there are security cameras all over the place. 7 security guards, my counting, 5 in your shed, 2 at the door. The lock on the door is a bit louder than I thought it would be, as I'm sure you saw.
Well, that's how you got caught.
Not my proudest moment.
It's all right. We all have one. Where's Daisy?
She's in the birds.
She's in the... Okay. You know, I won't question it, but I will ask about that later. Right, so I have a set of skills, but all of which do not allow me to go invisible. But what skills do you lot have that maybe we can use to help us distract these guards and or get rid of them somehow? I'm always down to kill them, but there's a lot of cameras, so.
And would leave a paper trail.
Right.
True. I'm full of hornets.
There's that. Nobody likes hornets. Okay.
I mean, I could probably convince them of anything, but I could probably only do one at a time. Really not helpful.
I'm the same way with making them forget, but again, one at a time.
Okay. So, did you happen to see, and Marcelina's looking at Slip through the rear view, did you happen to see if they were mortal?
I assume they are hourly, which is the same thing.
Okay. Right. Well, it looks to me like the option is killing them. I can get rid of the bodies, and I'm assuming you can erase any kind of tape that might be left over.
Yeah, yes. As long as I can get inside.
Okay.
But,
And you said 5 in a shed, is what you said?
well, right. That I was able to gather on my initial, much more successful first half of the scouting run. My only concern is that if we do not finish what we need to do tonight, there will be far more security if we wish to come back.
All right, so then we've got to work silent. We've got to work quick. Wonderful.
Question.
Go ahead.
Slip, you said you might be able to erase the tapes, yes? You made sure
Absolutely.
you made sure there's no... It's all local?
Yes, it's not going out at all. It's going to a central location. At least this model, I believe, would be going to a central location, and the data is being stored on site for, future review.
Would
Because
cutting
if
the-
we... Go ahead.
I was going to say, would cutting the power lock the door or open it?
Probably lock it.
Probably.
Who's the strongest physically among us?
I could be. That's kind of why I'm asking about the camera things, is I'm going to get very Masquerade breachy if I do.
Look,
Because if you do cut the power, that kills the cameras, and if the door's locked, after we've killed and removed the mess of these guards, could just bust the door down.
Let intelligence technology, please.
Oh.
Anyone else has got even 1 dot in technology, please roll intelligence and technology as well.
I do not.
As of last week, I got 1.
Oh, Slip.
Oh no.
You
I
can
know.
re-roll to get rid of the messy.
Yeah, I'm going to re-roll that single 10 on the black die. Oh, God.
I'm scared. Oh my.
Oh,
Lovely. Both Solomon and Slip will realize that you could cut the power. However, doing so would mean that you wouldn't be able to easily check the inventory of the warehouse, and it is a very large warehouse, and you probably wouldn't have enough time for the night to search every individual box for your target. Also, it would raise a lot of questions. Second of all, it wouldn't unlock the door as it is magnetic. Magnets don't necessarily require electricity.
Magnets, how do they work? I know that the crow kind of gave Slip a little map, but there was probably no way to indicate there was like a computer in the office. Probably. Well, we could always do what Marcelina said. I could either go fast or strong, help you take them out as quickly as possible.
Marcelina's screwing on a silencer onto her gun.
Well, I don't know about quiet, but like I said, I just need to make sure that whatever the cameras see can be gotten rid of.
Well, I think Slip can do that.
Easily.
And I think so we have the two out here at the front, and then there's 5 that are just in a shed.
Yeah, like a guardhouse.
And they don't look. How do they look? Do they look like they're very relaxed and don't expect anything to be happening, or?
Yeah, they were just chilling. I'm not gonna lie, they were vibing in there.
And this shed itself, ST, is it somewhere? Is it something that I can see from where we're at, or is it like further back into the? Okay.
It's
and
in
this
the complex, in the backs itself. It's not directly attached to the building. It's its own small, self-contained area with everything they need. They're quite comfortable.
Okay, so with the shed being so far back, they don't have a direct line to the 2 that are at the front, right? I mean, line of sight.
No,
If I kill the two at the front, will it raise some alarms? Is my question.
only morally.
And may I suggest if anyone is hungry, they use this opportunity to feast?
No, well, I have very particular taste, Solomon, so hopefully none of y'all bleed.
I do too, but I know that sometimes it's easier to get the food when it's available. Anyway, go ahead.
Hey, I could eat. I could eat.
I'll try and keep one of them alive then.
Right.
No, are you okay with fresh? Maybe fresh but not frozen.
How do you take your meals, Slip?
I've eaten this. I suck on rats generally, so this would be a step up for me.
Oh, wonderful. And what about you, darling? You going to join us in the fight, or do you think you'll sneak on ahead? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm referring to
Sato.
Softy. Yes, Sato. Sorry, I forgot the name for a second. Yes,
It's okay.
Sato.
They're really similar.
Yeah, I was like, which one? Yeah.
Can I ask the ST? Do I have my drugs on me?
Got some
I don't know if I have.
drugs on you, you lucky so-and-so.
Because generally the drug I have is morphine. I had intent of having the little package that's like first aid thing you tie to your leg.
Oh, I sprained my ankle. Give me the morphine. A broken nail. Give me the morphine.
Huh?
You're not gonna do the thing, are you?
What thing?
Hey,
There's
we're
a thing?
working right now. You're not gonna partake.
Do me a favor and make sure one of them stays alive.
Oh God.
But I'll probably stay in the back a bit. I'm not the best in a fight.
All right, then. Well, Solomon, come on then. Let's go and take some of these folk out.
All right. And we're just to clarify, we're hopping off as soon as we get out of the car, right?
That's I know we're parked a little ways back, but my intention is to get as close as possible and pop the fuck off. So
Fair. Okay, yes.
you have a little bit of space to do what you do.
Right. I was just choosing the right moment to describe my transformation, if you will.
Oh,
Well, now
yes,
that
this would be
Elias
that
is here,
time.
you might have more options.
That's true.
Oh, that's true. Oh, but he's just going to want to make friends. Let me have my fun, Solomon.
He's very, very good at it.
That's fair.
Just got here, guys. Sorry, I didn't get dressed yet.
So do we see Elias waltz up in a Hawaiian button-up shirt? Is that what we
Yeah.
see?
Sure, why not?
A bit tacky, isn't it?
This guy.
We can pretend I'm still wearing a bandana.
Okay.
Real quick, just so Elias knows, we're in front of a warehouse that we're trying to sneak into. 2 guards at the gate, 5 guards in the watch house. The door is magnetically locked. There are cameras outside, but not inside. And we were getting ready to go murder and Daisy's a crow. Or in a crow.
Either.
And we were about to go murder them, and then you showed up. So if you would like to participate in any, I'd say now is a good time.
As soon as I unmute myself, my fork dropped.
Sorry, I
Hello,
dropped my phone.
I'm so sorry. But yes, did you want me to go talk to someone, perhaps ask nicely if they can let us in?
If you must. Yes, it would be a lot less noisy for sure. That
Okay.
would be helpful, Elias. Yes, thank you.
Don't
Sure.
get me wrong, Marcelina. I was excited too.
We'll have another chance.
Can I calmly stroll up to the door and ask to be let in?
What a god.
Just like that.
Hey guys, can you let me in real quick? I just want to take a look-see inside your warehouse.
I imagine they're going to stop me at some point.
Yeah, they absolutely are. They're
Some
just going to
point.
stand there and say, no.
I'm going to caw at him, which in Crow means you idiot.
So
But
there's
any
two
crows
guards
watching,
Yes, there's 2 guards right at the front gate. The other 5 are in a sort of guardhouse towards the back of the lot, so they can't see what you're doing right now.
there. Okay. Just a moment here.
I think at this point, Marcelina will have left the car, but is sort of skulking in the shadows. Very, not too close, but just kind of hiding in the shadows, hiding.
Skulking is what we do in the shadows, so.
Yes.
Slip will follow her.
I was gonna say before Sato, because he's gonna leave the car. Before he leaves the car, he is going to use blood object.
Ooh.
God, I wish that wasn't so long.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
is this a ritual
It's one
or
of the
is
ones
this
that-
just a power?
This is a power.
Okay.
So it's like clay?
Mutely.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, this is
So-
a bullet creation. No wonder. Okay.
Yes, and it is honestly cool as hell. I'm never unarmed.
Growls
Hell
for me,
yeah.
please.
Mhm.
What shape are you trying to make?
So, Sato kind of takes his nail, digs it into his hand slightly, and then pulls the blood out as it kind of forms into like just a sort of small, straight dagger kind of knife.
Craft blood sorcery for me, please.
Mhm.
It's like Sub-Zero when he freezes people's blood into weapons.
Hell yeah. Or
Still something
Dead Man
wrong.
Wonderland. That's what they do. They use their blood to
Mm.
make weapons.
That's no, it doesn't let me do it. Div, do I have to roll this like by hand?
You use the drop downs next to disciplines. One is this. You can choose discipline, and then the
Well,
other.
the thing is,
whatever.
the other one is it's the discipline and craft. The other one only lets me pick from the attributes, other traits.
Oh.
Hang on, let me have a look.
It's the one reason I was the one power I couldn't load properly.
No, it's the second drop down. You can choose a skill.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I can't use it's craft and discipline. They're both skills.
I
And-
see. Well, that's kind of
If you have something else that has the same number of dots, you can just use that as a stand-in.
True, I
That's
think I
true,
might
too.
just do that. That actually is a good idea. Thank you. I'll just switch it in for fuck it, dexterity.
So technically, it shouldn't actually be allowed then, because that's not proper roll rules as written. Just so you know, rules as written, it
Do
should
you want
always
me
be
to?
at least
Do we want
one.
me to?
Rules as written, it should always be at least one trait alongside one skill.
you wanna
should
right
never
now
be able
pick
to
a
roll
trait
two
instead?
skills. I'll let you roll it as is, but we're on to you, bully.
I'm just gonna use dexterity as the stand-in.
Makes sense.
Well, he probably made it thinking most people aren't using like a, roll 20 to roll it. They're probably using like
Better than that, you
actual.
just roll 20.
True, but it's
That's
still
also fair.
if you go rules as written, it's not a valid call for a roll.
Oh, I see.
Because it doesn't
Okay.
involve an attribute. It's always got to involve at least one of the attributes from the top. But this doesn't.
I see.
This is 2 skills.
The more you know.
Mm.
Would you like to stick with it, or would you like a reroll?
I would say stick with it because it's a pretty simple shape. It's a sharp shape.
Do you want to stick with it?
Well, they only wanted like a dagger, right? Nothing huge, so.
I'm gonna say it's the damage value of the weapon plus 1 difficulty.
Maybe
Which
I
would
do
mean
need
that
to
roll is a
reroll that.
fail.
All right, then I guess I'll reroll it. I didn't know that was how that was working. This is what happens when I pick powers I don't always know about.
Or the storyteller knows about.
What I get. Yes.
It just makes sense to me that it's a damage value plus 1 for
Yeah.
difficulty,
Oh.
and that is just barely enough for you to be able to take the vitae in the palm of your hand, wave your hands over it as you will the curse of Cain into your palm and fingers, and form a solid blood dagger.
So, what is Elias doing before
Yes.
we come in and murder everyone?
So, Shiv, I take it both these guards are watching me.
Yeah, you just walked up to them and said, "Can I come in?" And they were like, "No."
Yeah. I would look at them both, and I would say, my friends and I would greatly appreciate. My friends and I would greatly appreciate it if you let us in, and I'll use mass manipulation and
Little pig.
mesmerize.
Show me mass manipulation. Rouse check. It's 2 rouse checks for me, please.
So that's for the mass, and then for the mesmerize will be another one.
And then roll mesmerize for me, please.
Oh man, that's not a lot of success. I might use a willpower roll for that.
And am I mistaken? Then this would only affect the 2 guards. at the moment?
Just those 2 I am looking.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you from doing a willpower reroll. Don't have to.
Yes. Yes, burn your resources. Burn them.
It's okay. I like to get more success than that, just in case. And technically, I should do it before you.
For the moment, they will just sort of gloss over as they look at you, look to each other, and then stand to the side, open the gate for you. One of them turns off the sensor, turns to stand by the gate, and gives a deep bow to you.
I would give a deep, respectful bow as well, and then I'd, "Come on, everyone, our friends are letting us in."
Huh.
Oh shit.
Already made the knife.
Well,
Okay.
there's still 5 others.
This is going to go wrong eventually.
Are you bleeding?
Huh? Oh, don't worry. It's
Are
I don't know, actually. Hold on. Sorry, real person. I don't know if that blood continues to go. Fuck, I just realized what's about to happen.
Are they still bleeding, Shiv? After they made their blood
Kindred
weapon?
don't have any blood pressure to bleed.
Okay. Is there an open
okay.
wound?
No. Well, yes, but it's not bleeding or bloody. Kindred don't
Okay,
function
great.
like that. As I understand it,
I won't need-
blood is stored in the stomach, because that is all that you have left. Is you are
Mhm.
basically a stomach and a throat. You have nothing left else. So when you actually rouse, you're moving the blood from your
Understood.
stomach to appropriate parts, and then it's just gone.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought that was a joke answer at first, and then the logic hit me, and I went, "Oh no, he's serious." All the blood is stored in the stomach.
I just have
All of
to
them.
make sure so that I don't eat our new friend.
Okay.
Okay. So, don't worry. I'm sure we'll be able to use that weapon of yours. There's still 5 other guards, and who knows what else in this law. Marcelina will, go into the space. When we go in, am I able to see once we're inside where that sort of guard shed is at?
Only if you actually walked around the side, because the entire warehouse is obscuring the view.
Okay, so they won't be able to see us walk in.
No.
Except maybe on the cameras. Okay.
Everyone proceeding inside of the complex.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I assume
I'm
that
still sitting
Slip-
on the fence.
I assume that Slip would be taking lead and showing you where the magnetically sealed door is.
Right. And you said that there's a... No, you didn't say that, Slip. So I'm gonna look to see if there's any other way in. Which you've already said was a locked loading bay, right?
Right.
Is
You won't
that on the
discover
side
it.
that the guard would see?
No, that's sort of tucked away inside, and just on the side, wouldn't be seen. But it would be fucking loud if you broke down that door, or any of those doors. That would be fucking loud.
No, I
And
was gonna
also
ask
possibly
if...
trigger an alarm.
Okay, I was gonna ask if the loading bay door was like padlocked, because I can pick a padlock. But if it's the same as this magnetic door, then I can't help there.
It would be magnetic.
Okay. Shit. We still may be able to kill some people, Solomon. Let's get excited. Right. So, there's no other way for us to get in, and this is magnetic. Do you want to have another shot at it, Slip, or?
We're inside the building now?
You're inside the complex itself, not the warehouse.
Yeah.
We're staring at the door that you got caught picking.
I can... I mean, yes. Elias, are they going to be cool with this?
Well, they're quite content with letting us in. Beyond that,
Huh.
you
Sure,
know,
I'll try
it's-
it again.
I'm going to creep around the side and just kind of wait there. I want to get in sort of... I'm using the building as cover, but I want to be able to just kind of like peek over a little bit and see the guards in that shed area, so that if an alarm goes off, I can just start picking them off as they come through the door.
You're back, because I'm making you waste your time, because I'm just going to give that to Slip for free.
That's fine. I just, something Marcelina would do, so that's all right.
Yeah, okay. And the door will unclick and open under Slip's guiding touch.
I'll fly in. Perch on top of a box.
I can't help but feel as you're flying in, there's the Cure playing in your head.
Think about this whole time.
If you get that reference.
Once we're inside, is there any sign of other people at all? Like, lights are off, it's just dark inside?
Yep, just security lights. The warehouse itself has got dim lights, but it has lights.
Look at that.
Are you heading inside
Slip
of the
will start-
warehouse, all of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The door quietly opens straight into the warehouse, revealing a large space previously hidden. Thousands of crates and boxes all stored neatly in large metal frame shelving units with wide gangways between each to allow access for staff and forklifts. Running along the wall next to them is a metal staircase that leads up to a suspended office that overhangs from the floor.
This is a lot like that warehouse that we have. Well, only not quite as big. Ours is a little smaller than this.
Fly up and get a better look at the office.
Yeah. I'm gonna let them all deal with the computer and technology and whatnot. But I know that all the crates look the same, so I want to see if there's any like scrapes on the floor that look fresh of crates that might have been placed here like relatively recently.
Hundreds, thousands.
Okay.
And inside of the office, Daisy in her crow form will be able to see computer screens that are turned on. And a clipboard hanging on the wall next to a desk that has a large pile of papers stacked in a plastic tray.
I'm going to activate heightened senses just in case, anyone starts running outside of the building. I'll be able to hear them come in.
Hang on, Daisy, is there anything you'd like to do after peeking in the office?
Yeah, I want to fly down to slip shoulder and caw at him and fly up like, go this way.
Nah!
Yeah, like that.
Jesus. He'll use his phone flashlight to kind of follow the crow.
So you're using a phone flashlight?
Yeah.
What kind of phone is that?
It is a piece of custom gutted hardware. It's what's left of the smartphone, but just the cool parts that won't get him killed.
Do a RAS check for me, please.
Oh, sure.
Nice.
Lovely. And that's fine. And just as you turn the phone on to light, Marcelina's phone begins to vibrate, as if ringing.
I'll squint for a second and pull out my phone. As a reminder, my phone is a flip phone. Essentially, it's a burner phone. And is it a phone call or a message?
It looks like a phone call. But there is no number displayed on there. Just the word incoming call.
I'll pick it up and answer.
Loudness
Actually, I won't
warning.
say anything. I'll just pick it up.
Loudness warning, everyone. Voice in Japanese says, "I can see you," and the line is cut.
Fucking caw,
Oh.
man.
Was that audible to everyone?
It was only
That
on
was loud.
Marcelina's phone.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean,
That was
screaming.
loud.
You want to hear screaming coming from the speaker of my phone?
Yeah, have you ever been next to somebody that's talking to a really loud person?
Also, Marcelina probably the minute the screaming happened went like, oh.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because heightened
Also,
senses.
heightened senses as well, so resolve and composure.
Oh, no.
Oh God, you guys. Okay.
Flashbang through the door.
Resolve and composure.
Shit's gotta feel proud on that one. That's a hard one to catch people on.
The smug look on his face. You little shit. It's fine.
You are deafened, for starters. In that one ear,
Deafened?
you are unable to hear anything until you rest for the night and reawaken tomorrow. Also,
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
upon hearing...
Marcelino.
Hang on,
Okay.
hang on. We're not skipping over the beast.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh.
Okay, it's fine.
Upon hearing this strange, weird voice, the beast inside of you screams. Marcelina's blood urges her to study the individuals around her for signs of illness, frailty, or impending death, until she has either predicted a death or solved the cause of a local one. Marcelina suffers a 3-dice penalty to all rolls. She does not have to be absolutely correct, but stay within the possible. You are suffering from the Hakata compulsion morbidity. And Marcelina... Slip, with Marcelina in crow form. Ascend the steel staircase. The
Daisy in
footsteps
crow
echo
form?
through-
I can't turn into a crow.
I mean, technically, I'm not in crow form. I'm just, my mind is in a random crow.
Yeah. And soon you'll be saying, hold the door or something. Slip's
Oh.
footsteps echo
Oh,
through the
God,
open
never.
space, reverberating off the metal walls and roof. As he reaches the peak and enters into the office, the glow of the computer screens provide enough ambient light to show off the desk it stands on. A large pile of papers stacked in a plastic tray, and a clipboard that hangs on the wall next to the monitors. The monitors themselves display each camera feed upon them.
What does the clipboard say? What's on it?
Intelligence and investigation or wits and awareness, please.
I was also going to try to read the clipboard.
Crows read.
Well, it's my mind in a crow, though, so...
I was being cheeky.
So I don't know if you want that to be an assist or if you want me to roll my own.
That'll be fine. He's got it.
Okay.
Slip picks up the clipboard and begins flicking through the papers, finding storage addresses and contents advice for each container. Eventually, he flicks through and finds that their quarry rests on row 4, post 28, ascribed to the alternative.
Well, I think I found what you're looking for. He'll hand the clipboard off to the nearest person.
Everyone
Up
else
the
is
stairs.
downstairs.
Oh,
And I'm not
no
going
one,
to take it in my beak.
no one followed us, really. Oh, okay, well, he'll sit down at the computer and boot that bitch up. Well, it's
I
already
will
on, so...
slide down to the said box.
No problem. We'll stick with Slip for now, who's looking at the computer monitors and the security feeds.
Wipe them.
Would you like... Yep. You've got the device, I believe.
Yeah.
Intelligence and technology for me, please. You insert the flash drive into the computer's USB receiver. Your program does what it needs to after you allow it access, and it begins to delete the footage. You have enough forethought and awareness to be able to disable the cameras for the next 30 minutes. Enough time for you to be able to find the quarry and get out without being seen.
All right. How long does that take me? Am I there a while?
Takes you long.
All right.
About 3
Retrieve the
minutes,
flash
if that.
drive. Yeah. Return to the group.
Lovely.
All right. The cameras are down for the next 30 minutes. All the data's gone, so we weren't here. As long as we're gone before it comes back up. I've also got the location of what we're looking for. And he'll hand off the clipboard to Marcelina.
Don't forget, you've also got a crow raving about where it is.
Oh, shit.
Marcelina takes the clipboard, but she's got a sort of distant look in her eyes as she looks at the group. Which looks weakest? Has an illness or...
Really? As if I'm not going to say anyone else but Elias, really?
I would imagine Elias's bandana would be soaked with.
I don't have a choice.
We're not going to say it's soap. We're not doing that. Stop trying to get diablerized 10 minutes into the game.
I'm at 4 hunger. I don't know that I have a choice.
Yeah, you just don't want to be near me when I use my powers.
We're not doing that. He will
Okay.
he will not survive. Fine.
I will say that
because of your compulsion.
I will say for Slip that the brief moment when you first met him that you saw him with his shirts up, he does look pretty fucking sick.
Okay. Well, I think Marcelina will, as a general statement, say, I suggest no one gets too close to me, or it'll be your last night. And she'll walk over to Daisy, or Crow Daisy.
I'll laugh and crow. My body's currently in torpor outside the building.
She's doing great.
Is it just Marcelina heading towards the crow, or is everyone going?
After I've threatened their lives.
Elias would go for sure.
Yeah,
Keeping a respectful distance, I would too.
Coterie head to the row indicated and make the walk along past the crates and boxes until they reach the indicated item. The label upon it, written in kanji, reads, "Keep in the shade," but the computer-printed address upon it is for the alternative. Written by hand on the label in kanji, "Boss wants this treated with care."
All right then. Someone's gonna have to open it up.
Well, I already have a knife.
And it looks like it's all yours, darling. Marcelina will take a step back, kind of allow them space to open the crate. I'm assuming it's a crate and not like a box, you know.
Oh yeah, hold on, shit. Is this like a wooden crate?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I was thinking this was a box.
No, it's like a wooden crate.
I can take
You're
a crack
cloaked
if you
in with
want.
Dex and larceny, Sato.
Oh? Larceny?
Using the blood knife for leverage.
Just remember to cut away
So-
from use.
As far as I'm aware, the object remains an object even if I'm not touching it.
Oh, that's cool.
So, Sato is going to walk up to the crate, shove the blood knife in, back up. Slip, you're better at opening these kinds of things, aren't you? Can you do this?
Sure.
Thank you.
What was the pool?
Dex and larceny, please.
Dex and Lars. Okay.
I would do it myself, but I got a -3 to all my rolls, so.
yeah.
Heck at the
And
crate.
you're deaf.
Yeah, Marceline's just standing there at the end of the aisle going, "Death! Death!
No.
Death!"
Marcelina's in a corner basically watching everybody imagining their deaths.
The box is opened under Slip's touch with Sato's blood dagger, and inside is a huge bundle of crystals that the Coterie recognize as being the same ones they saw in the alternative.
Huh.
You got these crystals?
Pardon, sorry?
How big are they?
Oh, they're all varying in size. Ones that you could just, easily put in the palm of your hand.
Little rock
Pretty
size.
big, massive bastards that could kill a
I am
person.
currently a crow, and this is shiny.
Doesn't mean you have to act like a crow.
So I am stealing one.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, yep.
For the person who was not here whenever that occurred and did not watch it, what do these actually look like? Like, are they just crystals? Like color?
Yeah, they're just crystals. Cheap crystals. Each one's got underneath a sticker that says "Made in China," and underneath that sticker is a sticker that says "Made in Taiwan."
What in the?
Now, I know you probably clarified, like, that they're crystals, but do they have signs like the other ones did that they're not really crystals, that they're just, like,
Apart from "Made
molded
in China," "Made in
plastic?
Taiwan."
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
May I suggest anybody who has a special kind of sight, perhaps using them
Oh.
on these crystals?
Yes, that's a good idea. I was thinking maybe we could take these crystals and sell them to be used for healing devices, but there could be magical properties with.
I mean, since
I will use,
every week we have this discussion. Sense the Unseen is a passive that would be triggered by me unless you were actively looking for something, and in this case, it would have been triggered. These are just cheapo crystals.
What? That doesn't make any sense. He
Is
wants
there any
plastic crystals handled with care.
Can I look through the crystals to see if there's anything under the crystals or in the crate with crystals?
Styrofoam chips.
Okay.
It's actually confusing because it'd be the same size as the crystals.
Well,
Same density if they're fake, too.
it would
The
seem
thing
we
is, as
just
well,
have.
if you don't have styrofoam packing chips in there, you just put one crystal in there. By the time it's delivered, you've got many small ones.
Well, it would seem that it's just a container with packing material and these beautiful quartz crystals.
I do have a crystal in my mouth at the moment. Does it taste like anything other than plastic?
No?
Okay.
I don't know if you're gonna make me roll for this, but I guess what I'll say out loud just in case. Are the crystals hollow? Could something be put in them? Like, if you're transporting special life essence?
No. They'd be either too brittle to be able to hollow out in that regard, or the other downside would be to be able to see anything that was smuggled into them.
No. I guess what I mean is, are they pre-hollowed out so that eventually when they get to shade, they can be, have things put in them. So not necessarily right now, but in the future.
Variety. Some are hollowed out, some are solid.
This doesn't make any fucking sense. Marcelina is gonna... Are they on pallets?
Yes.
This crate?
Yes.
Okay. When I bend down, I'm gonna look. Do I see anything underneath the pallet?
No.
No, it's just solid floor. Fuck. You know what? I'm gonna actually wander off and I start sort of speaking it in a way to myself, and I'm not shouting or anything, but if you can see me, tell me what I gotta do.
Is Shiv still there? Or did he freeze? Wait,
Still
no, he's
here.
still there. Okay, sorry. Is there like a manifest or some paperwork I can see what the destination is for this crate? Like
Yeah.
on the crate? No.
Not on the crate, but Slip has a clipboard.
Mm-hmm.
I have it.
Yeah.
Marcelina will raise it up.
Marcelina, is there anything suspicious about where the delivery location is?
I guess I'll look at that particular crate if it's got a destination other than the whole, keep
The
this
alternative.
safe.
Oh,
The
you told us.
Yeah, the alternative is just going to go to that shitty healing place. Although now they don't have anyone there. We killed everybody, so.
Oh, that's so terrible. Well, perhaps we can make amends by delivering their crystals.
You were there, Elias. You helped in the killing. We killed together. That was, and then
No.
slipped right at you. You don't remember?
I would never kill Marcelina. If anything, I just defended myself or us.
Oh dear.
I'll let
And
you
so-
have that one, but you were there.
Why do you want to deliver crystals to dead people? That would not make amends. That is just a waste of time.
You're right, Solomon. I was just grasping at straws.
Is there
Well,
a...
grasp at some of these crystals and help us figure out why they're here.
Slip. Intelligence
Jesus.
investigation, please.
I'm sorry, Muscavian.
I feel that was... It's fine.
Perfect. Slip. You've got about 10 minutes to get the fuck out of this warehouse, and from there you've probably got about an hour to get back to the Haven until the sun rises. You've likely exhausted everything of interest that you could possibly find here.
Well, I'd say we've got 10 minutes before the cameras come back on, about an hour before we're just ash. Is it possible that these cheapy crystals are being used to contain what is actually meant to be delivered?
That is what I was suggesting before. I guess we won't know until later.
Let's just start grabbing them.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
grab the pocket a few.
Yeah, Sato was too, so he could go chest him with his lab back at his house.
Elias would grab a couple handfuls with the intention to give them as gifts to his followers.
Your guy can only carry one.
So Slip will tuck in 2 of the inner shirts and then pull the outer shirt out and then just just take his arm and shred a whole line of cereal boxes into a shopping cart. Just start scooping.
Alright.
Foul.
Can I just what? Is it easy being kleptomaniacs, or do you just pick it up?
It's easy.
Oh,
Listen, Sato was taking 2 just to chemically test them.
When
Just
everybody's
pick it up as you go
done,
along.
when everyone's done stealing, not that there's any judgment from Marcelina, she's going to pick up the top of the crate and and put it back on, and if she can, sit on it to help kind of seal it up again. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just use the
Yeah.
weight of the ass to put it back in place.
Yep. That's free. That'll be free.
No.
That's
then she'll
free.
jump
And
off.
let's move on from that before I say a horrible fucking joke.
Well done. So we move on. Well, we are headed home, so I guess I won't get into too much trouble. Yeah, Marcelino, go to the car.
Yeah, I as soon as we finish collecting a few and close the box, I'm ready to go too.
Coterie leave the warehouse behind them, having ensured to the best of their knowledge that they have left no trace of their presence. They confidently stride through the gate that covers the entrance and make their way back to the awaiting pupil carrier. Marcelina starts the engine and drives exactly on the speed limit to not draw any attention to themselves and make the drive back to the Coterie's
Wait.
haven.
we wait for Daisy to go back in her body so she can get in the car because she was
Oh,
a
yeah,
crow
yeah.
and you were in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making
Same.
sure because
Yeah, we realize that
running after
crows
the
in the
fucking
we realize the crows in the backseat. Oh no, we forgot Daisy.
ah shit.
RJ, I'm not
Yeah.
saying the
Yeah,
joke.
I'm
I
just
want to try
there
and
as the
keep us
crow's
at
like,
least on
wait,
the rails a bit.
my body.
Yeah.
As the car glides through the night, with dawn swiftly approaching, what are you thinking, having uncovered this evidence so far? Daisy, what are your thoughts and feelings?
I
right
am
now?
excited to have finally been inside a crow. I'm not caring as much about the boxes, although I look down and see I'm still carrying the one. But I am ecstatic, like, oh my god, I actually got to be a crow. This is so fucking cool, man.
Selena, what are your
Yes.
thoughts and feelings right now, having uncovered potential conspiracy of a Sabbat nature within Camarilla?
Nothing is making too much sense. I think out loud, Marcelina is asking questions to Daisy. So, what was it like? Trying to keep her talking and such. But in her mind, she's really focused on the fact that to what purpose did Shade have with these, fake crystals? It doesn't really make much sense for him to want a bunch of plastic to be handled with care. It just doesn't make much sense to her. And so she thinks that she's going to have a conversation with the family soon, see if she can get some answers from them. But yeah, other than that, it's really just her kind of using Daisy's excitement as a way for no one to really question her own silence.
Dato, what are your thoughts and feelings right now on the way back as you're slowly uncovering all these pieces of the puzzle?
I would say he's confused. He kind of got here real late, walked into what he didn't understand. Now, wow, they led me to a box full of plastic. Cool. Fuck am I doing here? I need my drugs.
Mood. Elias, you're uncovering taint within the Camarilla. Corruption, most foul. What are your thoughts and feelings right now? Does Elias care about the Camarilla?
Yeah, well, Elias understands that the Sabbat are quite awful, and even though the Camarilla can be awful, the Sabbat are far worse. Elias is a bit disappointed that they seem to have been led on a wild goose chase, that these crystals are a waste of time, but at least as a consolation prize, he picked up some pretty pink and purple quartz crystals that he can give to his flock.
Solomon, what are your thoughts and feelings? Do you care at all about whether or not there's this corruption to be uncovered? After all, your clan has shared something of a shared history together within the Sabbat.
I'd say the only interest Solomon has is just in the mystery of it. I don't really have to go too much into it because Marcelina pretty much already stated it. Why are these fake, made in Taiwan, China crystals so of interest to Shade and the Sabbat and this and that? Hopefully, like, Sato can maybe run some tests on them, either of the scientific or the occult variety, to see if there's anything more to them other than just plastic rocks. But yeah, he's less of, oh no, what could this mean, and more so, why plastic rock? Other than the fact that maybe it's so, I don't know, why would the act of making people wonder why you would care about plastic rocks further hiding the secret of them even more, or something like that. So,
Flip. Your thoughts and feelings slowly uncovering this conspiracy within the Camarilla.
Slip has been so far removed from the Camarilla at this point that it's just another thing at this point. He lost his location B. He's hungry. He's running on fumes mentally with 1 willpower left. He doesn't know if the Coterie likes him or not. He's struggling right now. He's got pockets full of packing peanuts, and he doesn't know that that's a good thing. So to mount that the Camarilla's also out here involved in this shit, he's kind of just deflated right now, even more than his skinny ass already normally is.
Marcelina is gonna actually raise the clipboard because she took it with her, and pass it back and say, "Will one of you see if you see anything with Cabraxis on there? He also owned a warehouse, and I'm wondering if Shade and him shared this particular warehouse, or if there's another."
yeah, I could take a look, and while looking for Cabraxis, I'll also just try and look through all the information, see if there's anything else that sticks out, names, locations, anything of the like.
Intelligence investigation, please, Solomon.
That's what I'm good at.
You'll review the clipboard. From what you can gather and ascertain and piece together with your photographic memory, you're easily able to work out that this warehouse is the same one that Cabraxis owns.
Well, nothing Cabraxis on here other than at the top of the sheet in the header. He is the proprietor of the particular, I can't really call it an establishment, can I?
Shiver, who was it that was... God, I'm not remembering names. And I
Who
wrote
was
them
it
down
that
'cause
was
I knew.
God? That's open to interpretation.
We're not talking about her right now. Who
Let me know when we
was
talk about
it
Monica
that
Bellucci
the
then.
guy at the club was collaborating with on the videos? You know what I'm talking about?
On the video?
In my mind, which one?
Oh, you mean at the BDSM club?
Yeah, at the BDSM club. That was
Mm.
the information that Daisy found out when she was obfuscated.
The Ghoul of Shades, the deal he worked out there.
Yes, with the videos.
He worked out a new contract with a Yakuza-linked transportation company.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was a person.
It was on
Okay.
behalf of Shade.
Making
I thought
videos
there was
of
another
it.
person involved. I misunderstood.
Now, this is just a thought, since Cabraxis is so war hungry. Perhaps he is also working with the spy via Shade. Shade would want to work with somebody who's trying to change things in the Camarilla, perhaps as an end to destroy it, as is the Sabbat's way.
People carries on. Oh, Carry on, Slip.
I'm not as familiar with these names as I wish I was. I'm super out of the loop with what you're all dealing with. If you could think of some way in which I could assist you further, let me know, because I'm kind of... Oh, I'm on the inside now, but I'm also on the outside looking in. I apologize.
Well, I think the best thing we could do is have you monitor both Shade and Cabrax's movements. And this, the service that they have going, transportation service, if I remember correctly. Between the BDSM club and, Alternative. They all seem to be linked.
Happy to do it.
You gonna be staying with us? Sato and Slip? You don't have too long before sun rises.
Right.
Oh dear. If someone would let me use their phone, I can stay with you.
Use a phone? Why do you need to use a phone to stay at our place?
I need to tell someone I'm not going to make it home tonight.
Oh, here, I've got the shop on speed dial.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I'll take that as a yes then. And I'll drive to the Haven.
Please.
Sato, do a rouse check for me, please.
I'm sorry about that. That took me so long.
Right. Gain a hunger.
People got home. Oh
and you'll
shit!
be able to use the phone successfully.
Oh yay! Then I would say Sato just he calls up Minato and says, "Don't worry, I'm safe. I'm not making it home tonight. Close up shop and open it like normal tomorrow."
Hi, Okiyosuke.
If Sato would have said the name Minato out loud, Marcelina's gonna put a pin in that in the back of her mind.
Marcelina parks the car up a few meters away from the house in the car park provided at the end of the road for residents. The Coterie make their exodus of the air-conditioned vehicle into the warm, humid late spring air of Japan. The sound of insects chirping to each other echoes into the night, only broken by the sound of distant occasional traffic traveling the road between Onikita and Yachio. The Coven of Undead make their way into the Haven and rest for the day. Elias and Slip slake one hunger, but nobody else may. Everybody else, including, well, everyone, take your composure or your resolve, whichever is higher, and add it to your willpower tracker, but do not exceed your maximum willpower. And does anybody need to heal?
No.
Sometime after the Coterie's investigation into the warehouse, Marcelina awakens, noticing that Violet has not returned yet, and takes the opportunity to sneak into her room to inspect the mirror more closely. She cautiously approaches the golden frame hidden beneath a thick sheet and starts to peek under and around it, taking liberties with it that she would normally be able to afford due to the risk of being caught. Intelligence and investigation, or wits and awareness, whichever you prefer.
I'm gonna do wits and awareness. Better than nothing.
You inspect the mirror without moving it too much. Unfortunately, you're still unable to find anything yet. However, you still have plenty of time to be more thorough in your investigation of the mirror, inspecting places that are normally obscured. What would you like to do?
So, remind me, this is like a floor-length mirror. The outside is wood. It's actual mirrored
Outside is
glass,
metal.
not... Oh, it's metal. It's surrounded by metal. Okay. And it's actual mirrored glass, not like a spray that's put on it.
Correct.
Okay. In Violet's room, I know she's got books in here. Is there maybe a book that's been left out? Because I know sometimes I've seen her in front of the mirror with a book.
Yeah, there'll likely be a book on a bedside cabinet or left on the bed or something similar.
I'd like to just take a look at it, see what she's been reading.
Be a book on the occult, very obscure tome of forbidden knowledge, extremely strange for a Nosferatu to have, but not out of the ordinary whatsoever if it were in a Tremere's possession.
Fascinating. Alright. I'm fucking starving. Okay. Is it movable, this mirror? Like, is it on, like, wheels, or... Do you know what I mean?
It's not on wheels, but you could move it. You're strong enough to move it.
Okay.
Hakata power.
Alright, I don't really want to move it just yet. It's difficult. Okay. And I recalled last time I didn't see any runes or anything on it. The back of this mirror, just solid, like, sheet of metal, or... I want to punch it so bad. Okay. I look at this mirror. I'm gonna, I'm gonna tap it, sort of just see if anything weird happens when I make, like, physical contact with it. Just want to do a little.
You feel
little
it
touch.
echo reverberate under each tap. Nothing out of the ordinary happens.
I'm gonna think about that voice that I heard through my phone and try to recall it to mind as I stare into the mirror. Anything strange happening? No? Fuck me. Alright, shit.
Wits and awareness for me, please.
That wasn't a noise at you. I'm frustrated with the mirror.
Would you like success at cost?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Marcelina, finally giving in to her intrigue, tilts the mirror over and is able to look on the feet of it. Finally, underneath, she finds an ancient kanji symbol, barely used anymore, which when translated means precious or honorable.
Precious.
Decrease. Take 1 superficial willpower damage, please.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Meanwhile,
Precious.
in Daisy's room, Daisy hears a gentle tapping, as of someone or something rapping upon her bedroom window. She investigates, opening the curtain slightly, and sees a crow that caws in greeting to her. Daisy, being able to see it so close, begins to realize this is the same crow that she has been talking to since practically her arrival. She cracks open the window, allowing the night's air and sounds to spill into her ears, and talk with the carrion eater. What would you like to do?
You want a snack? And I start rummaging in my bag for chips or candy bars or whatever munchies I keep in my bag.
I say yeah.
And I'll pull one out, unwrap it, and offer it to it.
And it'll start, pecking at it quite happily, munching away, holding it under its foot and tearing at it.
Kind of pet it on its forehead. Thank you
Have a look
so
closer.
much for all of the help you've given me.
And it'll spread its wings out and flap them slightly in appreciation. It likes you.
Is this the same one I embodied?
Yes.
Okay. Man, how do you guys fly? That was so cool. That was better than any drug I have ever had.
And it just says, you flap your wings and you don't go towards the ground.
It's amazing. I want wings. Will you stick around? Help me out? I'll give you more snacks.
It'll caw and make the noise of an affirmative.
So I am looking right now. Do I have to do anything if I wanted to make this my familiar?
Feed it your blood like a ghoul.
Okay, that's all it takes.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I will certainly have some sort of little bowl or something in my room.
Got to be straight from
glass or
the
something.
wound itself.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will use my teeth to cut open my wrist and offer it to the crow.
Crow will flap its wings, open its mouth, and as the vitae pours down its throat. Do a rouse check for me, please. Lovely. And this crow is now fabulous.
As it feeds, I'll keep petting it on the forehead.
Famulous is the most important thing. It's all about famulous.
What's your name?
Jack.
Of course, his name's Jack.
Downstairs of the haven. Slip and Sato reunite with the rest of the coterie within the kitchen. They have all gathered together, Daisy and Marcelina as well, and the two house girls, two house ghouls present steaming cups of green tea before each member of the entire coterie, giving a bow to them all, then to Marcelina, and retiring, leaving the kindred to discuss their business in private.
Does the crow come down with me?
If you want it to.
Yeah, he perched on my shoulder. I'll hold the green tea and I'll offer some to him.
Cute.
Yeah, it'll drink it up.
Before we do anything today, I'm gonna need to eat.
You're not alone in that.
Well, speaking of, is anybody able to partake of bagged blood? I do not have need of it, but I know I would much rather not be fed on than have it just in case for myself. So any of you that can drink it, I'm offering.
Assume that's human blood?
Yes.
Ew, no.
Unfortunately, Solomon, you may still get fed upon.
Oh.
That
It's like that.
happened. That happened last week, and I was not into it. I don't know how some people are.
Well, you're the
Granted,
one carrying extra reserves around. You can just drink more blood.
That's
No.
not what I'm worried about.
I think we learned our lesson from last time, so I'll go out and find something to feed on. I think it's
Sato,
best for
you
the group
wanna
if I don't.
you wanna do the thing I told you about, Sato?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Sorry,
there's
Steve. Tired.
there's a thing. Mm.
um, there is a location. Someone we might be able to get you fed, and me, and a few of us.
There is. Where's that?
If we get in the car, I don't really know how to. I'm not good with directions, but I can point it out if we get in the car.
I see. All right then. Careful with where you lead us. If it's a trap, I'll just eat you.
By the way,
Noted.
whether it's on the way or not, Marcelina, yes, last evening,
Yes.
that phone call you got, what was that about?
I don't know.
Was it one of those spam calls? When I had a landline in England, I got them all the time, and I don't really mess with phones these days.
No, not a spam call at all. It's a strange voice that I've been hearing since the SI hideout that we went to. Female voice. I can't place it. I don't know if she's one of the. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't hear her all the time. Just every once in a while.
Does she always call you?
No, that was the first time. This is the first time she gave me a ring. It's strange. I don't normally hear voices.
Yes, I'm noticing it's becoming a pattern with this group.
Yeah, some of us might lose our marbles before we're done here. But really, I'm fine. I will speak to those who know a little bit more about such things soon and let them know. Hopefully get some information. But I think as of right now, we've got far more pressing matters.
Fair enough.
You guys can see that Marceline is very much trying to not continue that line of questioning. It's probably one of the only times you've actually seen her get uncomfortable. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Who's all going hunting then? I'm a little peckish, but I think I'll stay in.
no, come on. You should come join us. Hate for us to do anything tonight and you end up far hungrier than you are now. Best start off on a clean slate.
Well, I actually wanted to kind of talk to my good friend Elias here. It'll be a bit of a conversation. Are you hungry, Elias? Are you good?
Oh, I'm quite good. I don't really feed often at all.
Oh, sure. So there you go. You go out, have a good time, and we'll kick off our shoes and put our foots up, and we'll watch Home Alone or something.
Mm.
I mean, all by myself. The movie about the child.
And I don't particularly need to feed, but I do want to find out what this fancy new place is, so I will join the others. And on my way out, I will take out my extra bag of blood that I have from last week, and I'll just hand it to Slip.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then out of I go, all right, and then I open a jacket, and out of one of my inner jacket pockets, I pull out a metal straw.
Actually drinking.
A metal boba straw.
Yeah, I wash it quite often if
What?
to drink it. The bag of blood.
Who?
Like a juice
You.
box.
Me?
Yeah, you said you were botched.
I don't drink that.
You said you suck on rats.
Yeah, but this would be a step down, no offense.
Yeah, rats are tastier than Capri Suns.
Yeah,
Don't know about that.
This is very good sauce vitae. It's homegrown.
oh, not better, buddy.
Fine, I'll keep it to myself.
I find the best vitae is that given freely and willingly.
Oh, it is given freely.
Oh.
You have to pay for that?
I know a guy.
Oh. Perfect. Are you guys leaving like right now?
Before we leave, Marcelina has her gun in one hand and is sort of like putting it in the holster,
my
and then
God.
puts another hand on Slip and kind of leans down and says, "Just so you know, I don't like secrets. Try not to keep any from me." And then she'll go out to the car.
Marcelina, are we cool?
She's gone by the time
Oh my God.
it's like,
Wow, I had gifts to give to everybody, but later is next time.
I mean, it's only Marcelina that's gone. Everyone else is probably just like, yeah, she does that.
she
the
drives
Batman
everyone's
thing.
life at some point.
Question. Did I have an envelope in my room?
Yeah.
Okay, I would have brought that with me.
You want to do it now?
Yeah, I'll do it now.
Please do not die again. Oh, thank goodness.
Oh dear.
That's a good one.
What? What did you just take?
Feels good, boys. Feels real fucking good.
Fine, man. I'm fine. Did you meet Jack? Isn't he pretty? All shiny.
There's a
It's
honk
Jack.
on the
He's
horn.
cool.
Customer for life.
There's a honk on the horn from outside.
Well,
I guess we should get going.
wave her back in here. I want to go over this before you guys leave. She'll like it, I promise. You'll all like it.
Do one of you want to go get her? She doesn't know me as well.
I'll go get her.
I'm hungry, bitch. Let's go. Goddamn.
Sato's gonna take the moment to kind of just like, with his elbow, just sort of lean on Slit. Just not saying anything, just leaning on him.
Hey, Marcelina, there's still one more thing that Slip wanted to give us and need you back inside.
Why didn't he say so when I was still in? It's fine. I'm still hungry,
Why did he say so after I threatened his life? Fuck's sake.
That was the time to tell me. No, it's fine. She's hangry right now. She's
Trust me
So
and
she'll
you
make
die.
her way
I bought you presents. You better fucking have.
Yeah. She'll, lean in on the door, the door frame. Yes, what do you need?
I'm giving you guys things. I think you'll find them very helpful.
Okay, let's see.
He'll take out a small black case and kind of put it on the table and pop that bitch open with the two latches. So the first thing are three short range ear communication pieces so that you guys can separate but not be separated.
Oh. She'll pick one up and examine it before she attempts to put it in her ear.
Yeah, you don't have to do the movie thing where you stick your finger in your ear to use them. They're always on. You just gotta charge them. Yeah, short distance, parking lot to the inside of one side of a train to the other. Not,
Just so you know, Marcelina, I'm not going to deafen everyone again, but you will hear the exact same thing you heard on the phone as soon as you pop it in your ear.
Ooh.
Rips it out of her ear and drops it onto the table and is clutching the side of her head. I don't think I'm going to be able to use it.
Oh, my God, I'm sorry. It wasn't a prank, I swear.
No, it's fine. I don't think that was you. Oblivion Sight, like, immediately, like, as soon as she lifts her head, her eyes are black, and she's sort of, like, looking around to try to see, like, if she can see the source of the noise.
You can only see noise when you take the things I take.
Fair. That's also very fair.
The earpiece glows very briefly and then fades away. But you do notice around the entire house, you seem to be inside of a ghost-related aura. Not that that's new to you, as you do know that this place is haunted.
Marcelina, is something wrong? Do you need help with anything?
Like I said earlier, I've been hearing a voice, and when I put the earpiece in, it yelled at me again.
Oh, terribly sorry. Perhaps maybe you're being haunted.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Unintentional. Two more things, real quick. Just real quick. I forgot 2 flash drives here. One I've marked with a rat, one I've marked with a shovel. So, these are not for me. If one of you is near a computer or something you'd like me to interact with, and it's inside of an area where I am not able to go because I'm, the Nosferatu, you can plug it in, and I can access it from my field kit.
Convenient.
And this one with the shovel is takes a little bit of tech experience. It's got a program on it so that if I'm not available or I'm otherwise indisposed, you can plug it in to a CCTV network and just launch the program, and if you do it right, it'll kill it.
Well, considering all that you taught me last night, I feel like I could take a gander at it.
I'll give them both to you then.
I don't believe in killing.
Make sure he's not there.
I take the flash drive. One question though, what is a CCTV?
Right, so she'll point you in the direction. I'll give them to her, maybe. I don't.
No, I don't got a single thing that'll help me with the technology. But CCTV is just cameras. It's a.
I know. I'm playing up the idiot a little bit.
Closed circuit TV. You'll know what it looks like. It'll look like a screen with other smaller screens on it. You just plug that bitch in.
Gotcha. Plug it into screens.
Plug it in.
Well, you'll figure it out.
I figured.
Don't get indisposed at all, Slip.
Oh, God. Well, that's it. I'm sorry to keep you.
Don't those things cause cancer?
What?
No, I believe that. Yeah,
No.
that was specifically the Wi-Fi he said was dangerous.
And
Wi-Fi.
the
Wi-Fi.
Yes, and I believe the 5G radiation as well.
Oh, God.
Do you see what you've done?
All right. That's all I had for you guys.
You did say that this Wi-Fi and internet is bad for Kindred.
It is. So. That's true. You'll get cooties and such.
Maybe that's
Cooties
what
aren't
started this
real.
You wouldn't believe.
No.
What did Daisy say? Sorry?
Maybe that's what started this plague.
You caught me.
And please, Slip, I'm a scientist. Cooties aren't real.
I'm gonna go to the fucking car! She'll bring the earpiece, but she's not gonna put it in her ear. She'll...
Dot. I'm good.
In the car, if anyone would like to join.
Oh, how about we get out of here? And as Sato leaves, He's just gonna touch Slip's shoulder, lean over, and go, "Always the charmer, darling," and just walk out.
Sato
Yes, have
takes
a
the
good
remainder of... Sorry, Solomon.
You're good. You're good.
Sato takes the remainder of the coterie to the village, people carrier, and guides Marcelina to the village of Yakigaya. The village is familiar to Marcelina, having been taken there before by Violet. As always, the dark, cramped-in village is quiet and almost devoid of the general populace. Only the old resident... Oh, sorry.
It's just flavor text. I am watching out the window as we drive, entranced by the lights going back.
Only the odd resident, clearly Kine, is out walking their dog. Most of the houses have their lights out. The sound of the faraway road and its light traffic can barely be heard over the sound of the light breeze swaying the trees and leaves. The houses are spaced far away enough from each other that they afford a minimum of privacy to their occupants. As you quietly walk through the cramped streets, searching for a favourable house to, raid, is there anything you'd like to talk about?
While I'm still in the car, I want to put the earpiece in to see if I can still get... I won't put it like all the way in, but just kind of put it near my ear and see if I get the same effect.
No,
Now that I'm
this
not
time.
in the house. Amazing. Alright then. And I'll actually stick it in my ear properly. Right, so I have particular feeding habits, so I know what I'm going for. Y'all be alright on your own?
I mean, if you're all going in to feed, I literally am perfectly fine. I could not even drink a single drop and get anything from it. So I'll let you guys go in. I'll use one of these ear walkie-talkie things. And I'll let you know if I see anything weird or anyone weird enter in after you do.
Perfect. And Marcel will hop right out.
Marceline, could I possibly stay with you?
I don't mind, as long as you're not opposed to a little violence.
As long as I'm the one slightly away from the violence, I'm fine.
Alright then.
Elias, take 1 activated willpower damage.
Ouchies.
You did not fulfill your end of the bargain.
Oh crap, what was that again?
You will continue to take aggravated willpower damage each time you fail to live up to your end of the bargain.
I know what it was.
I might... The player Nascarian needs a reminder.
Encourage Marcelina to be as violent as possible.
However, he's not here. He's with Slip back at the house.
He missed his
Oh,
opportunity.
and when am I supposed to encourage Marcelina? I thought it was at a particular time.
Whenever you can, to just engage in ultra violence.
Oh.
I'll let you off this once. So
Okay.
don't take the aggravated willpower. But next time.
So where we're at, are these like houses with yards and stuff? Do they have yards?
This is the same place you ate the goat.
Because that's exactly what I was gonna ask.
Are there any more goats?
I was gonna ask about wildlife in general, but yeah, goat would be nice.
Sato, you've really got to get on those PMs.
We
Right.
I think it would be a good idea if we all stayed together.
Oh.
I don't think splitting up is a good plan. I've never found it to be a good one.
No, I've never had much trouble being by myself. But if you insist.
Just a good idea. I'm a very squishy person. As many people around me who can keep me from getting removed from existence is a good plan.
Understood. There's a look in Marcelina's eye, likely due to hunger, but she definitely is like taking in that information and is like looking at Sato like their food. The nicest way to put it.
Not the first time.
No, and probably will not be the last. Right. So, on the hunt, let's go. Marcelino, start moving forward.
Good. And Sato will try to keep up right behind her.
Selena,
Question,
wits.
Sorry.
Yes, Solomon.
Am I included in keeping everyone together, or?
Yes.
Only if you want to feed.
Okay. Oh, then no, I'll do what I said before.
Stay in the car.
Okay.
Okay.
Just double checking.
Selena, wits and awareness with a +2 modifier from Sato and Daisy.
Jesus Christ. Right, wits. +2.
As you're walking through the streets, your feet splash into puddles, the only occasional noise breaking the sound of breeze and trees swaying within it. Eventually you find a house standing on its own, its lights out, and likely a favourable target.
Marcelino peer up at it. And is it a similar layout to the house that we visited previously?
Yeah. These houses
She's gonna go right.
basically the same. The only real difference with this one is you can see that there's a kennel outside of this one.
A kennel?
I think there's a little doggy that's there for you, Daisy.
How big is this kennel?
Dog-sized.
Big dog or small dog?
Not from this size to this size.
Exactly.
Is this an Akita or a Shiba? Sheep.
What size?
Shiba Inu sized.
Okay. Is it empty?
It is empty.
I was about to say, it better be. You ain't killing a sheep on this show.
This Shiba's finna die.
You're gonna kill a sheep on the show.
If I had another morbidity issue, that would be my prediction. That Shiba's finna die. Right. So, Marcelina is going to make a beeline for the back door rather than the front. Sort of mirroring that same thing she did in that former house.
Yep.
Heightened senses kick on, and I think she's just going to be listening out for the dog in particular because she realizes it's not in the kennel, so it might be within the house. And yeah, if she hears anybody moving inside other than the dog, how many is what she's trying to count.
There are 4 people that you can hear inside, and 1 dog, as well as the sounds of TV. Faintly.
Right, so she's gonna relay this information. She's actually, first thing she's gonna do is be like, Solomon, can you hear me?
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wonderful, we can hear each other. Delightful.
Can you hear me, Marcelina?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm putting my finger in my ear to make sure that you can hear.
I don't think you need to put your finger. I think you just talk.
I'm doing it anyway.
All right, that's fine. Right, so we've got 4 people in the house and a dog. You ready?
Okay.
I'm speaking to the rest of the crew, Elias. I mean, Solomon.
Right, my apologies. It's the phone moment all over again. Hello? Oh, I'm not here.
Right. So, because I remember there being a sort of window in that other house. I'm assuming there's a window next to this back door. Can I see, even if like the curtains are drawn, would I be able to see like a light is on? You know, kind of filtering through that sort of center line of curtains.
There's no light on.
Okay, so all right, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to, very slowly open the door.
Dexterity and larceny, please, as the door is locked.
It's locked. Got it. All right. Yeah, you guys see Marcelina band down. Larceny and resolve, not larceny and dex.
Larceny and dex.
Okay, thank you. And she just takes out her little kit and starts unlocking the door. Maybe not. Maybe she doesn't actually do that. I'm gonna use a willpower to re-roll those two. Not much better, but something.
Back door clicks under your tools and guidance. You open it and find the house is quiet. Hard wood floorboards, and opens up straight into the kitchen as you step in. The room splits off in front of you into the living room, where you can see a young man sleeping on the tatami floor. TV is off, and he lays on the straw bedding, without any covers, in just his underwear. The remote control was still in his hand.
Can I tell if he's kindred?
I mean, he's asleep.
Oh, right. Fucking duh. Well, Marcelina will just very quietly kind of make her way past him and up the stairs.
Clotho, Daisy, anything you'd like to do to this young, nubile man, prime of his life, in just his
How-
pants?
How young is this man?
19, 20. Lots of stamina.
Sato is going to try to sneak up next to the young man and use some of his illicit materials to make sure he does not get up.
Dexterity
Or at least
and
if he does...
medicine.
Oh. Sorry, say that again?
Dexterity and medicine. I'd also accept dexterity and stealth if you prefer.
I will take the medicine.
No, he's going to take the medicine.
He's going to take the medicine.
Perfect. Sato skillfully glides across the floor, barely making any sound. Nothing emits, even from his weight, as he kneels down next to the young man. Fuck it. Slowly, you reveal a needle, already primed with morphine. Ease it into the man's vein, pumping his blood full of the chemical, ensuring he will remain dazed for the duration of your journey, possibly the remainder of the night.
Sato has a self-satisfied grin as he puts the needle away and quickly gets ready to prepare another one. There's more people here.
I'll have let them go in the house first and then use unseen before I go in.
Rouse check for me, please. Perfect.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Marcelina. Stairs curve round and lead up. They are clearly well looked after, as the varnished wood doesn't even creak under your feet. Cautiously ascend, reaching the peak, and find the landing's warm, carpeted floor ahead of you. In front of you is an open door to a small bathroom. The light is off, but the silhouette of a loo is clearly visible, its seat left up. To their right is a light wooden door, closed, and to the left is an open door, lights dancing over the walls, lighting up the end of the bed. You can clearly see a person's feet are visible and uncovered.
Are they sleeping?
I'm sorry, how many doors are in each side again?
Top of the landing, got bathroom in front of you, door to the left, door to the right, door to the left is open, there's TV on,
Oh, okay.
and you see some feet.
With my heightened senses, do I hear the dog?
Yes,
From which direction? Closed door or open door? Open door, then.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you two options, and you nodded your head. So.
Sorry.
Okay. From the open door. I imagine Daisy is somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
And so I'll just whisper, "The dog's in the open door."
I will sneak into the room.
Yeah, I'll stay there on the landing, giving her a moment to creep on in. So I don't ruin her invisibility by like accidentally bumping into her or anything. And then after a few moments, I'm gonna go to the closed door.
Stick with Daisy for the time being. The TV has been left on, but its volume is turned down so it can barely be heard. It seems the young man watching the TV fell asleep watching reruns of Super Breadman. The room itself has no decoration, strangely. Not even a poster or anything similar is hung up, reflecting his personality. Asleep with him, on the side of the bed, is a cute little Shiba Inu.
I would like to cover the guy's face up with a blanket.
Yeah.
He doesn't
And
need
then-
it.
Just so, if he opens his eyes, he doesn't see me. That'll keep me concealed. And I'd like to go pet the dog.
Obfuscate
Is it
is
a friendly
broken at
dog?
this point.
Only to the dog, though.
It's broken, full stop.
Oh, doesn't matter. I'm petting the dog. Is the dog friendly?
Dog will slowly wake up, start wagging its tail, panting as it looks at you. It gives a brief hesitation due to your undead nature. But thanks to your touch, your skill with animals, it accepts you. It's a friend. It looks at you with love and adoration, as if its entire life depends on you and relies on you. It is a helpless, wounded creature almost.
Aren't you a good dog? And I'll sink my teeth into its neck. I'm not breaking its neck. I'm just feeding from
Well,
it.
we'll find out. Do your feeding roll, please. Yeah. Let's re-roll the 2. Go crit vision.
Sure.
if
Does
you
it make a
feel
difference?
like-
I am only trying to get 1 point of blood.
Doesn't make a difference.
Doesn't make a difference? Okay. Oh, that's weird. My stuff looks all grayed out. Haha.
Perfect. Daisy extends all 4 of her fangs, leans into the creature, and bites into it, sinking her fangs deep into a vein. And you'll be able to slake 1 hunger. As the
And not
dog
kill
lets
it.
out, correct. As the dog lets out a yelp and jumps off the bed, runs into the bathroom and hides behind the door, shivering.
Oh. Before
Starting,
leaving the
yeah.
room, I'd like to use Unseen again.
Rouse check for me, please. Sato, what are you doing right now?
Well, Sato is gonna try to creep up the stairs, following. Well, at this point, since he doesn't know who the fuck Daisy is, Marcelina. And assuming he's just kind of run into her and very quickly go, "Where are the people?"
Marcelina, from what Sato has said, we'll assume that they eat actual people. And we'll just sort of jut a thumb in the direction of the sleeping individual. Be careful now, there's a dog in there.
Well, the dog would have run out
When
by
the dog
now.
runs past.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess
We'll hear it
Daisy got
crying.
him. You know, when I was little, I used to dissect them. It was fun. I learned a lot. Marcelina's gonna begin to peer open.
Honestly, darling, not the weirdest thing someone's ever told me. Although,
Oh,
weirdest thing a sober person has.
we'll exchange stories later. And
I'd love to.
Marcelina's gonna, begin to do what she does best.
And Sato's gonna walk off towards the sleeping individual to make sure he doesn't wake up either.
I'll let you do that for free. Marcelina
Morphine and all?
opens... Yep. Morphine and all. You have successfully Michael Jacksoned sleeping young adult.
Ouch.
I didn't kill him. It was that fucking doctor that did.
Well, on that note, Marcelina's gonna pull out her knife that Solomon gave her. Nice little flaying knife she has.
Marcelina opens the door, revealing a large room filled with a double bed, works of art, and a large TV embedded into the wall. The man is looming over a sleeping woman, stroking her head, and extends 4 fangs as he is just about to feed.
Marcelina is going to, if you'll allow me, some of this I guess is flavor, but as she creeps forward, her fangs begin to extend, and she moves very light on her feet until she's right behind him, and will cover his mouth with her hand, stab him very slowly in the back, and then bite into his neck. Hand covering his mouth so he doesn't scream. To muffle his scream, rather.
Dex and stealth, please.
Dex and stealth. Okay. Can I use my specialty since this is a kindred for stealth?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Okay. That's a +1.
Oh dear.
That's alright.
Would you like to re-roll any of those?
No. Marceline doesn't mind getting messy.
Like success at cost.
Sure.
Marcelina is able to successfully creep behind Kindred. She extends all 4 of her fangs without disturbing the kine asleep on the bed, shocking Kindred as to her presence. How much hunk would you like to slake? You can drain this cunt, and it's fine.
It's a treat
yeah.
for the dog later.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually just drain or just do 3. So I'm left with the 1.
Are you sure that's what you'd like to do? That will leave him alive still.
Oh, I see. I just don't want to Diablerize the man.
You won't.
Okay, then yeah, I'll drain him.
You may slake 5 hunger. As you feel every last drop of vitae in his body feed into yours, the corpse begins to desiccate, and you throw it to the side with disdain. Unfortunately, the tumbling noise of the dried corpse hitting the floor awakens the woman. Before you can react, the beast inside of you is still active. You extend all 4 of your fangs once more, and without thinking, bite into the woman, draining her also. You get no vitae from it, but you do kill the woman, and that will be 3 humanity stains.
Holy shit. Okay. Fuck me. Alright. I think after that, Marcelina is
Leaving the
wiping
dog,
her mouth.
the 2 children as orphans, unable to fend for themselves. No doubt will become destitute, unable to keep up with the bills. This cleaver might have been using them as food, but at least he provided. And now you have removed the provider from the equation. No longer will they be fed on, but no longer will they have a mother. Likely no longer will they have a roof over their heads. And worst of all, they're probably going to have to eat the dog.
No.
A little giggle comes out of Marcelina's mouth, and she wipes herself clean and thinks, I'm sorry to the woman. With that, she's going to send a message to the family with the address and say 2 orphans. With that, she's gonna just use ashes to ashes to get rid of the mother's body.
I'll let you do that for free. I think we've had enough dramatic consequences. A dog is 3 days away from retirement.
Yeah.
If they weren't asleep, I'd grab the vacuum.
Yeah, there's not much that
The
can
dog's already traumatized enough.
there's not much that can be done about that. But Marcelina, after getting rid of the mother's body, will almost as if it's like like a tick. She begins to make the bed in a sort of military fashion, tucking in the corners and such. Is there like where the kindred died? Is it like a just wall to wall carpeting, or is it like a rug? Do you know what I mean? Like
He'll be carpeted.
wall to wall. I don't have the time.
Unless you want a rug, in which case that you bet your ass there's a rug.
No, the reason my intent was if he died on a rug where like his ashes would be, she would roll up the carpet.
There's no ashes.
Oh, okay, just completely.
Desiccated
Okay.
corpse.
Okay.
He's too young
and
to
that,
have turned into ash.
Okay. Shit. Marcelina doesn't necessarily feel bad for what she's done, but rather feels bad for making orphans, having been one herself. So she feels a little bit of like conflict. I wouldn't say empathy, but just conflict happening. It kind of lets out a little bit of a growl before she I just confessed to to torturing dogs as a child, so I don't think Marcelina gives a shit about the dog.
We do.
Daisy should have ate the dog, you know what I mean? Should have finished it off instead of leaving it like that. But there's nothing she could say or do about that, Every kindred feeds how they feed, and to each his own. So yeah, so she doesn't say nothing about that. It just
rough.
Quietly shuts the door, begins walking down the stairs. Oh, she sees the dog, probably stares at it for a little while. Waits till the rest of them join her.
You'll be able to reunite downstairs. Sato?
Sato, once he has morphined the child,
God.
he's gonna pull out what he normally uses, which is basically a knife and a thermos. Because he can't bite down on them. So he takes out a knife and a thermos and just fills that little bitch up. And then closes the wound when he's done. And he's gonna come downstairs sipping on a thermos.
Fascinating.
Do you have a feeding roll for that?
Yeah, I do, actually. It is...
Register roll
Mentally
for me,
brain dead.
please.
Now I'm just trying to look through the sheet. I feel like I'm an idiot. I thought I wrote it
Blood
down.
and XP.
Oh my god, thank you, shit.
Absolutely fine. Absolute complete success. Be able to do that, no problem.
When Seto comes down drinking out of a furnace or a thermos, I don't know why I said furnace. Marceline is going to go up to them and grab them by the face and use their fingers to open up their mouth to see if they see fangs.
Ah.
Tilt their neck, grab their arms, and are looking at their arms. Do I see any brands or any markings that they are duskborn?
What are you doing?
What are you?
I'm a... Okay, look. It's a long story, but... An incident occurred a very long time ago. My fangs don't work. I'm just a Tremere, but my fangs don't work. I have to do this, okay?
Your fangs don't work.
Well, they work, but they don't, Look, it's going to get very messy if I use them. It's not clean.
Happens to some older kindred. Don't shame him.
Would I see any markings on their body to mark them as duskborn? No.
Do you want me to take my pants off too, darling?
Well, there's time for that. Let's go. I can't waste any more of the night. Marceline,
If they were in there doing that, I would like to be going through the kitchen, find the dog food, and fill up the dog food.
I'm sorry, pardon? You wanted to feed the dog?
I want to make sure the dog's bowl is overflowing with food before I leave.
That's fair. That's fair. While all this is going on, Slip, Elias. Slip has probably guided Elias into the front room, where Elias, without hesitation, will take a sitting position, probably cross-legged, knowing Elias, on the cushion on the tatami floor. Slip, I expect, stands over him on the opposite side of the table.
Yeah.
How does this
So?
conversation go?
I have some things for you.
Oh,
First, I must address the gift, the lucky cat. He will reach into one of his many pairs of pants and pull out. It looks like a Tonto, it's not
What,
an
a
older
Native
piece,
American
very
from the
modern.
Lone Ranger?
Yes, a whole man.
Shiv, I'm gonna fight you.
Please proceed, Kimosabi.
Right.
what
So
is
he'll
it?
He'll present the Tanto. It's a modern piece. The scabbard, everything looks relatively new, and he'll draw it. He'll pull it out. The blade is not along the side that it should be on. It's along the back, and the front of it is very blunted. So this is for you. It is for flower arranging.
Sorry, you cut off flower arranging?
Yes, it's for arranging flowers. It's got a ceremonial use.
Oh, how lovely. I'm sure my flock and I can use this tending to our gardens. I'll take it and graciously bow. This is so kind of you.
Oh, sure. You're welcome. Thank you for the gift you gave me. I figure it kind of would fit your vibe of like, yeah, it's a sword, but it's not like that kind of sword, you know.
Right. I think I had watched a show about someone who had a sword like this before.
Oh, like he just did flowers with it?
Well, no, but I think flowers is a nice use for something like this. I'm sure it'll dig through the soil quite well.
Well, you don't. You use it to cut the stems. You don't dig with it. It's not a trowel.
Oh, I see. Yes, that. Oh, silly me. That makes so much more sense. Yes, I can use the back of the blade to trim the bonsai and shrubbery and flowers and other beautiful things.
Right. Yeah. Or dig with it. It's yours. It's whatever. I'm cool with it.
Oh, I certainly wouldn't want to ruin the blade. I'll try to keep it as pristine as possible. It is a gift after all.
Sure. And I've got something else for you, which I would like. It's something you asked me for in passing a few nights ago. I've collected the names of the people who were talking shit on you.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. And which members of my flock need a remedial meeting?
Well, hold on now. I'd like to trade this to you if I could.
And what pray tell would you like to trade for it?
Well, let me preface this by saying that I would like to meet you, Elias, because I don't buy into this whole, enlightenment shtick. I get it, it's your thing, but, I mean, let's be honest here. You drank your own Kool-Aid a little bit, right?
I don't quite understand what you're alluding to. I, of course, am seeking enlightenment, and I desire to reach a level of ascension. And I have my flock whom I guide, and in return they help me strive towards achieving that elevation of my humanity.
Right. And between the lines, there's the rest of you. Every time you open your mouth, it's just that. That can't be all there is rattling around in there. There's gotta be something else to Elias.
Well, certainly I do benefit from being underestimated, but there's no grand machinations. I have no desire to take over Camarilla society or anything grandiose such as that. I am no Ventru or anything of the sort. I very plainly want to achieve ascension, and I want to better the lives of those around me, even if sometimes they don't always see things correctly.
And you don't, go bowling or anything? Like, that's the whole thing. That's everything there is to Elias. That's it. You're a self-help guru? That's the whole thing?
Being a mentor and a guru is quite a time-consuming endeavor. Certainly helping people I do spend a great deal of time with, but the primary thing I spend my time with is assisting my coterie. There have been more than one occasion where my coteries have suffered grievous injuries, and I've had to mend them and heal them, or provide them with emotional support.
So that last part made sense. I can see you do give great hugs. I will vouch. What do you mean you mend them? Like you stitch them up? You don't have to do that.
Well, it's not so much stitching them up. It's I can sort of empower them to knit themselves together. Sort of like, like if you enter a meditative trance, but you lay hands on someone and then their wounds heal instead of your wounds healing.
That is not as relatable as you might think.
Well, if you're damaged in any way, I could certainly provide you with a demonstration.
No shit. Hey, how?
Well, here, can I borrow that, well, you already handed me the time, right?
Yeah.
Here you go. Can I see your hand?
Yeah.
And you certainly don't mind if I demonstrate, correct?
You have my consent.
I will put the Tonto through his hand.
I was expecting a much smaller incision.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize how
Story of my
sharp it was.
life.
Oh,
I
put
will.
the whole thing's in there, huh?
Yeah. So, how many damage is that, Jeff? I will pull it out.
Let's just say it's 2.
Two.
Official.
And here, allow me to do a demonstration, and I'll hold his hands, and then I'll use my Valorant discipline here.
Show me Valorant, please. Just do a rouse check. Intelligence and fortitude, please. You'll be able to heal 1 superficial for that.
There you go. See, I was able to heal you.
He's not going to willpower reroll to try and get that other one for you. No,
Oh.
it's not that enlightened.
One dice. Okay, you know what? I will do the one. I will try. Since there is 1 dice, I can do that much.
There you go. You can heal 2 superficial. Placing your hands over the wound, Mr. Miyagi style, retracting them back, and the wound will have been sealed, and no longer does he hurt.
You see, I was able to mend your wound.
Does Slip, with his grand occult of 1, have any idea what the fuck this was? I mean, I know, but does he know?
Do intelligence and occult for me, please. How old are you? Add in a bonus modifier, I think, for age.
He's like 80-ish?
Yeah, add in a bonus modifier for age.
Okay. How much?
Just 1.
3.
Yeah, you know what that is.
Hey. You want to lift that bandana just a little bit?
Elias will lift up his bandana and then wink with his eye.
Oh. Oh, fuck. You're a unicorn. Oh. Okay.
Elias, 1 aggravated willpower damage for revealing your clan.
Oh, you are right.
I did not know that. The player did not know that.
Wah, wah. Now you have to keep that hush hush. I really shouldn't have shared that information, but seeing as we're such good friends, and you did give me a gift after.
Yep. Yeah, no. I will not tell anybody.
And now do you and I'll pat his hand some as I like put my blade away, and you understand why I follow that path of enlightenment. My sire also followed the same path before I assisted him in his transcendence.
Yeah, no, a lot. A lot is making sense suddenly. I understand. And this is what I wanted. Thank you.
And hopefully one day I will have a child who, once I reach the pinnacle once I reach the precipice of Galconda, my child can assist me in my transcendence as well.
So that all right. Okay. So that's like a real thing then.
Well, surely, I mean, it's hard to really know what's on the other side, but at some point you need to take that leap.
Okay. Holy shit. Okay. Great. So about that whole enlightenment thing. So you would agree then that most kindred are not enlightened and in fact are very like let's just call it what it is. They suck. They're cannibalistic. They're dangerous. Right?
Yes.
Then we agree on that. So then you'll understand why I'm a little concerned about you being very friendly with every single one I've ever seen you meet, me included.
Well, you see, Slip, I enjoy being friendly with others because I have this motto to love others as you love yourself and to treat others the way that you would like to be treated. And in addition to that, I find it, with my persuasive nature, that if I make mistakes or if I misjudge somebody, usually I can course correct and get them thinking correctly.
With your magic eyeball brain powers, you can brainwash the people that are sneaky.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say brainwashing, Slip. I would say it's more like, and Elias would look at Slip and then say, it's like helping them remember things correctly. And I would use forgetful mind.
On Slip.
Yes.
Perfect.
Show me Forgetful Mind, please. Because that's a good move, by the way, Elias.
Mm-hmm.
Manipulation, dominate. So roll Forgetful Mind, do a rouse check, Slip, intelligence, and resolve, please.
Sure.
Yeah. Hold on, let's see here. I could try to undo the crit,
There's baked beans everywhere now.
but I kind of see what the messy crit's gonna do. What I would essentially try to do with the forgetful mind, prior to whatever mess he's going to have, would be I want Slip to remember everything except my clan and my reveal. I want that part to not be revealed.
Okay. Elias, you cast your gaze into Slip's eyes, willing the vampiric vitae into your words, forcing him to forget. Unfortunately for you, the beast takes over, and Slip forgets the entire conversation. Slip, you feel these tendrils reaching into your mind, and slowly the memory is fading. Absolutely everything. Talking to Elias from the very start. There is a reroll available from RJ, if anyone wants it. Okay.
I'm good.
I don't think I can break it. I don't think I can hit 10 with a pool of 7. I can try it if no one wants it.
If you want to go crit fishing, maybe.
I mean, he would get to reroll the entire pool. He could do better, he could do worse.
Could maybe dodge the bestial failure.
That's true.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to save myself from the beast.
Okay. And you did exactly that.
Thank you, RJ.
But you do not remember a single word of this conversation. Elias, you may heal your aggravated willpower damage. Well done.
Oh, thank you. So, you see, Slip, that's why I am so gracious that you've given me this gift, and I'm glad I could share with you, how much I care about my coterie members and those in my flock. I'm sorry, I wasn't boring you, was I?
The fuck are you talking about?
This always happens to me. Yes, Slip, sorry you were showing me the Ponto and I accidentally jabbed you a bit, but you're better now. Yes, look, your hand, it's fine. There's nothing to be concerned.
Right. So, right, yeah, I got off track or something. What happened? Anyway, I've got a second thing for you. So you remember, you mentioned this in passing. You wanted the names of the people that were going to, I have those.
Meanwhile, on the outside of the haven, when the Coterie arrive back on the shadowy street within the myriad of houses that within its recesses contain their haven, they walk onto the drive and find a sealed envelope held in place under the front door knocker.
Real quick, when they all got back in the car, so how did it go? I heard there was a dog. You didn't kill the dog, did you? I heard there was a man in Oxford, a kindred rather, in Oxford killed a dog, and, even though he is now the hound, one of the hounds of Oxford, the entire Camarilla still holds it over his head that he killed some random dog. I just want to make sure nothing like that happens to you. Little mistakes.
Tasted a dragon, man.
You did what?
Tasted a dragon.
Oh dear.
She's still on LSD.
That was bad shit.
Well, anyway, this envelope.
Reaching out for the envelope.
Mhm.
Solomon said he was.
Solomon. You grasp the envelope and open it, finding no markings upon it, and inside a single handwritten note that reads, "I request your presence tonight at Elysium. S."
Well, we were talking about visiting Elysium. And now we have an excuse. Well, yeah.
And on that note,
Um,
yeah.
oh no, you're good. You're good.
We will take a break. Be back as soon as we can. Have returned to the Haven, finding an envelope summoning them to Elysium. They step into the into their haven, finding Slip and Elias to start a conversation together, and interrupting them.
Marcelina comes in, almost like kicking open the door and removing the earpiece before she actually crosses the threshold, and puts it down on the table and says, "So, what were you two lovely ladies talking about?"
Oh wow, you all finished up very quickly. Slip and I were just discussing things. You said you had a list, Slip. Is that correct?
Yes. So, just to be fully open, all transparent, I gave him a gardening tool. And now I've got a list of the people he wanted from the cyber bullies that were talking shit on him.
Nice.
Yes,
And
it would be lovely to be able to find out who in my flock I need to meet with.
Yep. And I'm willing to trade it to you. But I have a stipulation. I have a request.
Yes, what is that request?
I just don't want you to be the one who answers the Haven door anymore. I'm deeply concerned about that.
Okay, I can answer the door.
No, that's not any better. Oh, God.
I mean, I don't see what's wrong about greeting people at the door.
Right? It's polite.
It's not that you all just greet people at the door. It's that you greet and then you just let them walk in.
I
Without
think
asking any questions.
Yes, you talked to me about that before, Marcelina. I think the last time I didn't invite anyone in, I greeted them and someone else invited them.
It was Daisy, I think. Actually, I think Daisy might have invited them in, to be honest.
Ooh.
I don't.
So is this a moot point then?
Well, I mean, we do have a ton of ghouls that sit about the house, and I feel like that is probably their job to do things like that. They answer the door, come tell us who's at the door, and we tell them whether or not they should come in.
I think it's just safer. You know what I mean? Because we don't know who's at the door, especially now that we've got this special little invitation from a very corrupt Camarilla member.
Yes, I suppose if it would make everyone in the Coterie feel better, I will refrain from answering the door.
Okay. Here is your list. He will hand it over.
Yes, I just want us all to be safe. Especially given the current events.
Besides, not to speak ill of your human servants, but they make you guys tea in the morning, which is kind of fucking pointless, and they don't answer the door.
They don't answer the door because Elias answers the door. That's why they don't answer the door.
Well, all right, let's... Perfect.
Otherwise, they'd answer the door.
I guess I just like answering the door because I'm such a charismatic person. Everyone just loves talking to me.
I just like tea.
It is nice and warm.
You're so nasty, Solomon. You're so fucking nasty.
I'm just eating food.
Blah.
We all
Why?
did this in our living life.
Blah.
Some of us.
And then the bagged stuff, yeah, gross.
That is kind of gross.
You eat rats.
See,
At least the rats are alive.
Yeah, they're alive. What?
Exactly.
And
the
carry
bag is for hygienic purposes. It keeps the blood untainted, and then you pick up a rat who's been rolling around in muddy water, and you bite down on it.
What you're doing's not much different than shoving a funnel into a corpse, alright? It's different. It's
I've
different.
done that one time. It works.
It's not that different.
Alright. Agree to disagree.
Well,
Rats literally carry plagues. I don't.
And their blood.
Elias will strap his little decorative Tonto to his side.
Yeah, brush your fucking teeth. Like,
A knife! This is lovely. Is this what you gave him?
yeah.
Yes, this is the gift slip got me, isn't it marvelous? I'll pull it out of the little sheath. See how blunt the edge is?
Oh, we'll help you with that. Can't have
It's-
you walk around with a useless knife.
Yeah, I think it has a reverse blade, right, Slip?
Yes.
See, it's sharp on the back end, which makes it wonderful for trimming shrubbery or flowers or roses. And it's difficult to cut anyone with it. It's perfect.
And now you don't have to buy a ceremonial knife this time if you want to give any gifts like you did before.
Oh, yes. Yes, now I will have my own knife if I ever need to gift a piece of me again.
Huh?
what?
Elias won't elaborate.
Right, so about going to Elysium. I'm all fed up, so I'm good.
I'm running numb, so I'm happy.
We do find it a little strange that he's sent an invitation to us after we've done all that reconnaissance in his place. Right? We do find that a little suspicious.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that
a
might
trap.
be- Yeah.
It's absolutely a trap.
Oh, good. I need to go get a different gun. I'll be right back. And Marcelina's gonna go up to her room to, pick a better gun. But also, she would like to, send a message to the family that, she needs to meet with them as soon as possible.
Okay.
Whether that be this night or another, is irrelevant, but just as soon as possible.
See how that works out for you.
Okay. And just for funsies, I'm gonna kick on Oblivion Sight. Do I see the ghosty things in my room?
The whole house is giving off this aura, and you're right inside of it.
Has it increased since the
Nope.
first time? No? Okay. Okay. When Marcelina returns, she returns with a much larger gun. Not a shotgun. She's not out here fucking, double barrel or anything. Just a larger.
Just a
larger
desert
gun.
eagle. Yeah. Sorry, a deagle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
gun from Firefly.
Desert Eagle? Oh, no, that's an
I know
actual
the one you're
gun.
talking about, but I don't know if I
You
had
named her, and I can't remember what her name is.
Oh, I don't know. Marcelina does name her guns, but she won't ever share their actual names.
Oh, good, Marcelina. I'm so glad you went and got a larger gun. I'm sure that'll allow you to enjoy yourself much better. And Elias will will close his eyes and try to hide
Yeah.
a grimace as he says that.
Yes, I will, Elias. I do have more fun with knives, though, if you were wondering.
Well, I'm happy for you, Marcelina. Let me know if you need to borrow my Tonto, but it is a gift, and I don't want it to get damaged.
No, I think I'll be alright, Elias. You're not as convincing as you think.
At least I'm trying.
She applauds gently, like golf clap for Elias.
Stepping out, walking to Elysium.
Yeah.
Coterie step out into the warm Japanese night air. The distant sounds of cars driving by along a distant road connecting the outlying villages and towns to the larger city of Yachio. Barely any wind pierces the night, but whenever a small breeze strikes up, trees respond almost instantly, and the sounds of bamboo crashing into each other echoes along the night streets. Eventually, Coterie walk into a more built-up area of Onikita, walking past a block of flats, and down the steep curved slope and towards a small pub used for Elysium. They step up to the large bouncer, who frisks each one of them one by one, and halts Marcelina on the doorstep, shaking his head.
I tell Jack not to come in.
I'm sorry. He stops us like as a whole, and I'm just like
Oh,
at the
just
front.
you.
So just me.
Just you.
After you were just frisked.
Oh, I see.
He would have stopped me as well too, because I have.
He hasn't got to you yet.
Gotcha.
Ladies first, Solomon.
Yeah.
She will return to the car. No, we didn't bring the car. Never mind. Son of a bitch! I don't want to give him my weapons.
Just sort of gesture to like a bin-like structure by his right foot.
I hate it even more. Well, I don't have much of a choice.
Well, if you'd like, I could keep it for you outside. I don't have to go in.
You have to go in as well. You're one of us now, darling. Both of you.
The bin it is.
She'll drop her weapons. And it takes a moment. She's like pulling out like 3 guns, a couple of knives, you know. Takes a minute for her to get all her weapons out. You know.
Nail gun,
One at the thigh, like that
shotgun.
whole
Oh wait, goes back.
Yep. Oh wait, hold on.
BFG.
Pulls out a knife from her shirt, you know.
Just the sound
Where'd
of
you keep that?
doom music in the background. Then
Marcelina
he'll
just
step to
smiles.
one side. He'll frisk the gentlemen one by one and stop Solomon, shaking his head, and gesture to the bin next to him.
Yeah, I just have the 2, so I'd unload the 2. Sorry, I'm freaking out. I just saw a spider crawl up my wall and it disappeared.
Oh no.
No!
You enter into Elysium, and the smell of Coterie instantly overwhelms your senses. The inhabitants seem to have also turned the air conditioner on, providing a slightly cooler interior to the muggy night heat. Although it is fairly quiet tonight, Shade is sat at the bar conversing idly with the barman, and no other booths seem to have occupants within them. He catches sight of you, spins on the chair, and strides over with a small smile on his face. Oh! Good evening. It has been quite some time since we last spoke. Would you care for a drink, any of you?
I'm good.
As you wish, cool. Anyone else?
Thank you, but I am fine.
I'll tell you
Is
what.
this guy speaking English?
No. Oh, no, wait, he does. How about you tell me if you'd like a drink, rather than if you don't want one?
You
Wonderful!
invited us here. Shade, what do you need?
Indeed. But first I see you have someone new with you. You're somewhat familiar. Who are you?
I was around about half a century ago. Probably the last time you saw me. It's Slip.
Ah, yes. Yes, Slip. You have already been presented to the prince, and you have been quiet for some time. I shall ensure your presence is still recorded. Now, to business. There has been some news from the Gaki Daimyo. Your presence has been requested. It seems the Daimyo has requested you for a service. Once you have performed this service, please return here and inform us what he had you do. If you're able, of course. He'll be looking at Elias as he says that last sentence. You will be picked up here by one of the daimyo's people in but a few minutes, I imagine, and taken to meet with him in person. You need only wait here. Should you attempt to leave before then, the daimyo will not be pleased. Violet has already been brought to meet with him, and will meet up with you when she can. Understood?
Marcelina nods.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I believe you have a car waiting for you outside.
Before Marcelina leaves, I'm gonna sort of do a once-over on him. What is he wearing?
Very expensive, extremely dark black suit and tie. Sans jacket.
Okay. No, that we wouldn't have that. Okay, never mind. She's just gonna give him the once-over and give a quick nod before turning on the heel and walking out the door, collecting her weapons again.
I would like to blush of life and also use my session use of satisfy the hungry or suppress the hungry or something.
Rouse check for me.
In Elysium?
Yeah, that's fine. Rouse in Elysium. Gain a hunger, slake a hunger. I assume you only went to do one rouse check.
No, I because of my humanity, I get to do two and take the lower or the better one, but they both fail.
Gain a hunger, slake a hunger. Anybody else? Well, the coven of undead leave the Elysium behind them, stepping out the almost invisible door on the front of the building set at an angle. Awaiting them on the road directly outside the pub is a large saloon car. It's been such a time since the Coterie have seen a car of this size that for a brief moment they almost forgot just how large cars can be. The night's silence is pierced by the sound of the car's rear doors unlocking, the only invitation the Coterie received to enter inside of the vehicle.
Before getting in the vehicle, Marcelina will sort of say to Elias, any reason why he focused on you towards the end of that?
I don't quite know. He said something along the lines of if we are able when he looked at me. I think he means to say that I am not able.
Why wouldn't you be able?
I don't know. I think I am quite competent.
I don't think that's
quite
I don't think that's what he was referring to at all. I think something in particular that you can do. that perhaps your last interaction with the Gaki didn't go so well, so maybe they won't be as forthright with you.
Oh, perhaps, but I feel like every interaction I've had with the Gaki has been relatively friendly. I try to be as polite as possible. It's not like I'm going around blowing up houses.
With that, Marcelina's gonna open the door and get in the car.
I assume everyone got their weapons back.
Yeah, that was the first thing she did.
Everyone heading into the car?
Yeah.
Yep.
I will make eye contact with Jack before I get in, so tell him. Basically follow.
The leather seats
Very
crack. Who said something? Something?
Don't worry about it. I was just saying it was echoey. Sorry.
Okay. The leather seats creak under the Coterie's bodies as they sit in the lavish car's back seat. Ample space for each of them, and a thick black glass separator runs between the back seat and the driver's seat. The windows inside the back are all blacked out, and only the haze of the streetlights is able to shine through the thick glass. Is there anything you'd like to talk about on your journey through Chiba?
Beautiful night.
It's pretty lights.
It's nice.
How have you all been enjoying your Nihon vacation?
Well, I live here.
Me as well.
Slip, have you always lived here?
I've lived here for maybe double the time I did not live here, so may as well.
What about you, Sato? Always been here?
Let's go with yes. The amount of time I spent out of this country is negligible.
You ever think about leaving?
Absolutely not. I belong here.
I wonder what the Gaki want us to do.
I think home is where the heart is. So as long as I'm with my friends, I'm home.
Great.
Home.
I
And you
don't
say
know.
the way I eat is disgusting.
Yeah, the things you put in your mouth are gross. The things that come out of his mouth are gross.
You have literal hornets that come out of your body. I don't know if maybe you are the
I
paradigm.
think they're cute.
The mouth is not involved in that.
See?
But the crevices of the...
Are they, just so I can get a size scale, are they like your typical European or American bees or wasps, or are they like the Japanese hornets?
Oh, buddy. They're the ones that are the size of bananas.
Yeah.
That's fucking foul. That's disgusting. I don't want to hear shit from you about what's gross.
even-
That
It's even
Again, I think
grosser.
they're adorable.
Yeah, it's
that's
even grosser when you realize that things that big and creepy are inside of him.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly we're on the same brainwave. That is foul.
You know
Useful, not foul.
what? You know what? You're right. I apologize for my outburst. It won't happen again.
What are you saying sorry for? I'm just teasing.
They're like little
But,
jumping beans in there.
Yeah, by outburst, by outburst, do you mean your criticization of my eating habits, or your
Criticism.
Yes, that is the word I was looking for.
No.
I
I apologize for bullying Elias. Fuck your eating habits.
I like you. You could stay.
Wait, a member of the Coterie said they like slip. My desire is fulfilled. I'll take my willpower now, Shiv.
That's
you can.
funny.
The car comes to a stop and the rear doors are opened for them. They have arrived in a part of Japan the Coven are unfamiliar with. Before them is a loose pebble pathway that leads through an outcrop of tall, thick green trees that provide shelter from the night sky above. To a large but fairly squat traditional... Why the fuck isn't it there? There it fucking is. Fuck you, Roll20. I thought I was doing so well. But fairly squat traditional styled building with dark green tiles that run off into curves. The Coterie are led into the grand old building and find it filled with people, drinking, talking and smoking. Some are wearing suits and easily recognized by Marcelina as members of the Yakuza. Strangely, all unknown to Slip. The Coterie have barely entered when the entire hall is filled with a new sound, and the occupants all assume the Caesar position, forming a gangway from the front doors to the back of the room, where a single cushion rests on the floor. As the drums heralding the arrival of Daimyo and his party arrive, they walk down the gangway. Dancers flood the room from the sides, throwing ribbons around and gracefully moving in time with the beats. Hajime!
Sans.
That's exactly what the fucking Daimyo does when he's walking down. He's like, "Hey, hey, hey, yeah. Ruin the fucking moment, Elias. Thanks a bunch, you motherfucker. The amount of effort I put into that just ruined by jazz hands.
It was so good, Shiv. Thank you.
Lucky jazz hands.
That was amazing.
Hi, Mom.
Stop.
I had a good time.
Display
I wanted to be
finishes with
serious.
precision as the Gaki present and bow their heads to the floor in the direction of the daimyo. The tall and elegantly dressed woman wearing a kimono gestures to the Coterie to come forward. The Gaki remain steady in their bowing position as the Coterie stand in front of the daimyo, an older man in a black designer suit who sits cross-legged upon the large cushion. The daimyo doesn't look up at the kindred before him, but the woman to his side, that talks explicitly towards the kindred, except Slip, who gets a face of recognition from him.
あなたの答えが聞けてよかったです。追っている恩恵を忘れてはなりません。若者の多くは私たちの世界が恩恵が追われ支払われるという考えに基づいて構築されていることを忘れています。
It is good for, for the people who don't speak Japanese, which is Solomon. It is good you have answered the call. Favors owed should not be forgotten. Many of the young forget that this world, our world, is built on the idea of favors being owed and paid.
とりあえずあなたは私のところに働きに来ます。
For the time being, you are in my service.
あなたが私のところで働いている間、あなたは東京を離れることはありません。 あなたに必要なものは私たちの場所にあります。
While you are in my service, you will not leave Tokyo. Your needs have been catered for in our location selected for you. Wow, you're complicit. Love it.
あなたが滞在する場所は東京内に配置されており、半径 0.5 マイル以内で、狩りは許可されますが、見ると罰せられます。
A place for you to stay has been arranged within Tokyo. Within a half-mile radius in all directions, you will be allowed to hunt, but do not be seen, or you will be punished.
死んだあなたの肉は私の東京滞在許可の印として烙印されます。これは傷つきますが、あなたがそれを癒すならば、あなたの印はなく、あなたに与えられた私の許可を示すことができなくなります。
Your dead flesh shall be branded as a mark of my permission to be in Tokyo. This will hurt, but if you heal it, you will be unmarked and unable to show my permission granted onto you.
ここから出ていくと烙印が適用され、新しい休息場所に追いやられます。ツリップさんは少しお待ちください。私はあなたのために仕事しています。
Step out of here, and the brand will be applied and you will be driven to your new place of rest. Slip, Sam. Daisy, stay a moment. I have a task for you both. Front doors are opened. A heavy clunking wood and metal lock fills the otherwise quiet room, as the woman translating for the daimyo gestures at it with a single arm raised.
Elias would get up and lead the front of the pack.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. Marcelina is not happy with this, but she's gonna follow after Elias.
Oh, Elias would respectfully bow before he leaves.
That's true. Yeah, we still have manners. We still bow, even though we're disgruntled.
Sato? Solomon?
Sato also very deeply bows before walking off after Elias.
With a little bit more confidence than normal because he's been doing it so much, but he still watches everyone else do the polite bow, and so he mimics it as he leaves.
The Coterie, Sans, Slip, and Daisy make their way out of the building and are almost immediately surrounded by a group of gaki. One of them steps out of the crowd and says in English, I was tempted to do it with a Japanese accent and then I realized it's not 1986 anymore. The daimyo has declared you to brandish a mark. It should be somewhere hidden, but easy to expose on demand. Each of you may choose where it should be. Who is to be first?
Sato immediately walks forward. And he just undoes his vest, pulls off one side of it, and shows his chest.
Takes a moment, it's like, yeah. I mean, yeah. The branding iron is wielded, and it is already burning hot somehow. Its iron visage, the kanji symbol for shame, glows in the darkness. You feel the hot iron pressed into your body. Smell of burning meat tantalizes your senses, and the sizzle of flesh fills your ears. The agonizing pain is unlike anything you've suffered before, and almost forces your beast to the surface. You take 2 superficial damage in the form of the brand. You are free to heal it, but it will erase the mark.
Elias will put out his hand, palm side up.
That's hardly hidden, is it?
Very well, I'll lift up a shirt to show my shoulder.
And you will be brandished. You take 2 superficial damage. Next.
Marcelina will come up and she'll lift her shirt up so that it's essentially at her hip.
Demonstration for the class?
I can't. It's a bodysuit. Otherwise, I would have.
And you too will be branded and take 2 superficial damage.
I'll step up and I'll undo the jacket and the shirt underneath and let it drop to reveal like my my upper back, which is covered in a lot of healed scars of differing varieties, and just lean my head forward as if to put it on one of the shoulder blades or somewhere.
You will be branded. Take 2 superficial damage.
My first damage in a while. Why
Slip.
do I say things like that out loud?
In the middle of the Gaki, yeah. Slip and Daisy leave the building soon after the others have been branded. The man wielding the brandishing iron turns to the 2 of you. You do not have to be branded unless you choose it. It could be advantageous to you, but you do not have to have it.
I can always heal it if I don't want it. And she'll pull down the back of her pants, revealing one butt cheek.
Demonstrate for the class, please.
No.
That's against Twitch terms of service.
It is.
I don't give a shit. That's fucking worth it.
Good. Shut
Don't,
down.
Chip, don't.
You will take 2 superficial damage. Slip.
Okay, so was all of that translated into English by somebody?
The people outside are speaking in English.
Okay.
Indoors was translated by the elegant woman in a kimono to English.
Okay. All right. I'm good, thanks. I appreciate it, though. Good looks.
The Coterie can see and hear the same car that delivered them to the building waiting them at the end of the path. The rear door opened, and the driver, wearing sunglasses despite the thick darkness enveloping the country, holds it open for you. You walk down the loose stone pebble path. What's a stebble? What the fuck is a stebble? The Coterie walk down the loose stone pebble path. The sound of small rocks crunch under the Coterie's feet as they approach the car and take each a seat for themselves in the decadent interior. As before, a thick black screen and tinted windows surround them, affording them their own air of privacy. Having been branded, and the back of the car probably slowly filling with the smell of cooked dead flesh, and now in the service of the daimyo. What are you all thinking and feeling? Solomon.
I as in Solomon, do not like getting anything done to my body that is not done by myself. But I knew I had to because honestly the only way we were gonna get out of there. Without a ruckus. He's a little, I don't think upset's the right word, but he's not okay with any of this. That's about it though.
Elias, you've been put in the service of those that have claimed your version of enlightenment is a false one. They would certainly know, having predated Golconda and actually used it as a concept for their entire society. What are your thoughts and feelings now?
Well, the branding wasn't too painful. Cutting off his hand. But yeah, I mean, Elias is still skeptical of that. Sure, they tried to shut down his beliefs, his goals, and his aspirations when he had that one conversation. But it could just be trickery, or maybe it's something they're incapable of reaching, and surely he knows stories of others in his clan who have ascended to Golconda, and he stays adamant in his beliefs that it's a journey he is on, and he wants to reach that level of ascension. And if he never reaches that level of ascension, then it's the journey before the destination. Most
Cainite arrogance, ladies and gentlemen, telling the people that invented Golconda that they got it wrong. Sato, this is certainly a surprise to you, and something of a disability, as you were only expected to be away for one night from your shop. And now you have been pushed into service, probably against your will, into the Gaki's arms. What are your thoughts and feelings right now?
There's definitely a lot of complicated feelings. Sato's definitely sitting there very quiet, vaguely eyeing Slip, but most of the time staring kind of down. I'm not saying he's having flashbacks to the war, but the fact he now has shame damped on his chest definitely starts to bring back a lot of memories of, oh yeah, me. Oh yeah, me as a kindred. My clan. Great. Everything sucks. But I would
Don't
say
pretend you don't
mostly
love
he's...
it.
Oh, I love it. I love it dearly. He's definitely sitting there thinking he's got to call Minato. He's here now. He can't really fight it. Can't deal with it. So, at least his shop is safe, hopefully. That's all he has left. Also, there's definitely staring at Slip like, son of a bitch didn't get branded. It's gonna slap him later.
For shame. Marcelina, you're not even part of the Camarilla. Yet here you are, having to return a favor, pushed into service by creatures that at best despise you. What are your thoughts and feelings now?
The feeling is mutual. Getting branded, especially with the word shame, only just makes her angry. And when Marcelina gets angry, she begins plotting. So she is very quiet herself, almost having a mental chessboard in her head, and gathering all the pieces that they've learned about Shade, about Cabraxis, all the information that they've collected so far, and is beginning to move the pieces. She finds it incredibly strange and suspect that Daisy and Slip were the only ones that, to at least her knowledge so far, got any kind of knowledge of what they're doing, and didn't have to get branded. Why is that? Especially when they have, if it's in terms of goodness, Elias at the very least should have also been included in that group, but he wasn't. And why was that? So those are
If
some
you're
thoughts
going
she's
along
thinking.
that
I think
line of
she's
thinking, do you think it could be because Elias pursues a false path of Golconda?
definitely a thought she's having, especially after that earlier conversation that they had, where she was like, you sort of insulted them on the first meeting when it came to those ideals, and they may have it out for you. And so her mind is kind of adding that to the sort of chess moves. Um, I think she is also wondering if Violet had to get branded. And her mind is just kind of, following those various trains of thought.
Knowing Violet, she probably had the brand put on the back of her head.
Probably. Um, I think she's also thinking about how we came here to discover what's going on with the blood plague, and now here we are running an errand for the Gaki, who they have to pay. The Coterie has to steal an idol for the prince of the Camarilla, and she is beginning to feel like, all of them can shove it. It's how she's feeling at the moment.
Daisy, you've been granted a task, which I will tell you about after the session ends. It'll likely weigh on you slightly, but at least you know you're working with Slip on this task. Your favor that you have gained with the Gaki has given you the option to not take a brand, but you chose one anyway. And now you're going into Tokyo, a place, you were told, on the very first night here, was forbidden to you. What are your thoughts and I know exactly what you're going to say. What are your thoughts and feelings right now?
Don't. It's Harshener Buzz, man.
I fucking knew it.
When she first went in with all the music and the ribbons and stuff, like, it was totally working with the LSD. But and then everything got serious. And when it came to the brand, she decided to play it safe. Because anyone found with the brand theoretically is allowed to remain in Tokyo. So she figured she'd go ahead and get it. But at the same time, she remembers when she first tried to get a tattoo as a kindred of her lover's name on that same butt cheek, and woke up the next evening, and it was gone. So she knows that she can probably heal this brand, and they said that if she healed it, it would be gone, so it was safer to take it as opposed to not take it in what she had. She's also super nervous about being assigned one place to stay in Tokyo because she does not stay in one place very long.
Blip. Meeting with Daimyo, who was unrecognizable to you. Yet your reputation preceded you, and you too have been given this task. To work with Daisy. I think you may remember what this task is. And you have chosen not to be branded. And you are actually going into Tokyo itself, the very heart of modern-day Japan. What are your thoughts and feelings?
To enjoy a very brief moment of being with this coterie, and feeling like, yeah, you know what? I am part of this coterie now, huh? But the meeting with the Gaki, the brands, his reputation preceding him, all of that reminded him very much of the fact that he has been almost entirely isolated at the request of one of the Camarilla members for better part of 6 decades. And when it came to the brand, he remembers those days, and he remembers the groveling, and kind of being left to fend for himself. And you know what? He's past the point of shame at this point. He's earned this, but he's also feeling that isolation creep back in as he is the only person in the car without a brand getting side glances from one of his longest friends. So he's just like, I can't win, can I?
Welcome to BTM.
That's where he's at. Yep.
Is there anything you'd like to talk about as the car drives through the night?
So many of us have matching brands now. I hear these are all the rage in the America.
No, I don't
I
know
think,
about that.
yeah, I think you're not supposed to understand what it says, though. I think that's the point of it. You get something that looks cool and is embarrassing, but because you don't know what's actually branded or tattooed on your body, it's okay.
You are ever the optimist. Alas. I have a question. What did the daimyo ask of you two?
Honestly, same shit I've been doing for them for the last half a century.
What is that? Slip.
Mostly it's groveling and sucking the jam from between their toes, but anything they ask.
Your test.
I do a lot of tech work for them, same as I do for the Camarilla.
I see.
Is that why we got the shame tattoos?
Yeah.
Brands.
Yeah, I did my time. God, I've done that. Your first time, maybe, but I've been here. I don't
But
remember how many times.
but Daisy hasn't been. And she didn't
Okay.
technically have to get the brand either.
Yeah.
What's that about? Did the daimyo tell you anything interesting, Daisy?
No, just wanted to use my talents. You know, I've got some talents that are special,
Right.
and I wouldn't necessarily need to have the brand to use those. So, not that big of
Daisy
a
is
deal.
most likely talking to her own reflection in the glass separator.
Yes. I can see everyone behind me, but they're also aliens.
That's fine. You don't have to look at me. It's
I mean,
probably a
that
little
is
scary.
literally true.
Melting a little bit.
They're all gaijin in Japan, so that is literally true.
Hmm. How would Marcelina know about Daisy's sleeping habits?
She'd know that she doesn't stay in the house much.
Okay, so then I won't comment on that. Yeah, I think actually since we're heading to Tokyo, right? Isn't that the? Yeah. Okay. Marcelina's gonna remember their first night here and how when she looked in the direction of Tokyo, she saw something strange sort of hovering above the city. She's gonna use her Oblivion sight and keep that on as they go. See if she can gather any more information on that in particular.
Car drives over a large, long, open, busy road. Cars and trucks constantly surround them. Constant streetlights beam down on them, eventually passing over a large river, the moonlight dancing over its surface. The glowing, bright sodium haze from the busy city of Tokyo looms ahead. Anyone with sense the unseen, please roll.
Oh, my time has come. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, my sheet just broke.
Maybe try reloading real quick.
Oh, and I think I can fix it. Uh-oh. I did it.
Elias, you can see an almost white with red tendril haze hanging ominously over the city like an untouchable dome enveloping the entire area. And before you reach your new temporary haven, you'll call an end to this week's session. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for playing.
Oh my god. Fucking.
First of all, as always, all of our players make use of the V5 Vampire Player's Guide from Bully on Tablegoth, the unofficial player's guide that is. It's very good. It's a very good price. And you can check that out in the link provided probably about 30 seconds ago. And you're all just wondering why I've just randomly put that link there. Now you know. That said, Marcelina, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I do things. I do things here on Table of Horrors. I play TTRPGs, currently in Nihon Nights as Marcelina, and in some future things that will be appearing at some point on here. I am also going to be playing in a VTM V5 game on Lanyap Gaming, which there will be news about. Please follow my social medias. The one to get any TTRPG updates on is Twitter at the Risa Rave.
Dr. Rin, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I'm Softy. I stream under Softonomicon. I'm also Softonomicon on Twitter. My Discord's on my Twitch. No, play video games. I do art all week. I'm exhausted. And hey, I play here with Shiv. And
Then we do
stumble
VTM
my way through
afterwards.
VTM. Alright, listen here, mother. So here. Yes, then we do VTM afterwards.
Daisy, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I am Ms. Hearts. You can find me just about anywhere as Ms. Hearts. I do lots of things. Tomorrow, if you're in the Austin area, I do lots of things. Tomorrow I will be belly dancing at the Holistic Mystic Market Fair at the Comfort Suites in Buda at 5 o'clock. That's belly dancing, if I didn't say that already. And then on May 28th, I will be both performing in and emceeing the Dancing with Mary Jane burlesque show at Kick Butt Coffee. And that has 2 times, 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. We are doing 2 shows that night. And then 2 weeks after that, at the Texas Burlesque Festival, I will be kittening for both shows, all the shows. So you can also find me just about anywhere as Ms. Hearts. And if you need graphic design or promotional products, go to gibopromo.com.
Elias, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I am Noskavian. I play as a lion. You can see me playing on Table of Horror Twitch every Friday, and you can at me multiple times in the Discord, and I may respond.
Solomon! Ooh, yeah! No, I'm not doing that. I want my Skittles. Who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I am Nitro Typet. I play Solomon here, on Table Horrors. And when I'm not doing that, I'm living in constant fear of the spider in my room. That's about it.
Slip! Who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's
Oh my god.
find out.
I'm stealing the Skittles.
I stream variety games on Twitch, /Vamp Daddy with 2 underscores. I'm on Twitter at Vampire Father. I do Nihon Nights on Fridays, and I'm involved in the Table of Horrors play-by-post.
Yeah, that's pretty thorough. That's pretty thorough. Thank you all for coming. Check out the links down below for our Twitch link, our Discord link. If you want to join in on our play-by-post, that is ongoing. Join in on the Discord. Where are they? This is one of the issues that I've got with Blood Hunt at the moment. People are using the wrong fucking tag for it. I'm not going to go raiding on a Blood Hunt game because no. Oh, that's got an interesting couple of tags. So we'll go raiding on Lost Tribes. If I can spell it one day. Apparently, I'm not going to be able to spell. There we go. We'll go raiding on Lost Tribes Gaming, who are playing Vampire the Masquerade. Of course, though, we are not legally allowed to go until Elias says the line.
Stay a while and listen.